found out they had blockage in their heart. They had no idea because they couldn't feel it. They didn't know, and it saved their lives. It could be the same thing for you. Or you can go like me, find out your heart is pure and fine and all good, and you don't have to worry, and that's peace of mind, and that's great as well. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make sure you tell them that Russ Rollins and the Monster sent you to Life Imaging FLA. It's trusted, it's proven, and it's life-saving. Life Imaging FLA.
There's something for everyone at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Come face to face with more than 800 animals. Discover new lions and sea hyenas like never before at our largest, most immersive animal habitat expansion, Lion and Hyena Ridge, opening this spring. Then feel the rush on 8 thrilling coasters and let the good times roll at Mardi Gras. With bold flavors, live music, parades, and beads for all. Busch Gardens, where wonder meets wild fun. Buy a Busch Gardens Fun Card, get Adventure Island free. Hurry, offer ends soon. Tax and service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning.
What's up? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Let's go, baby. Lori, wow, dark. Lori, so dark. I don't hate it for its darkness, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing. What's up, Chad? Hello, Tanya. Zach. Cat Butthole. Frozen Iguana. Not a bad choice. All right. Oh, we got to get the other camera going. It looks like it's working.
Good morning. How are you? Excellent to hear.
All right, y'all. Good morning, Nicole. What's up, Tam Jam? Kevin? I'm getting him. I'm getting him. I'm talking to the people right now. So.
Okay, sorry.
Jeez, this guy. What's up, Booty Sweat on YouTube, on Twitch? Lee Road Angel. Man, Lori with the dark start is reinvigorating me after some bitch pissed me off at Wawa. I was waiting. The turn signal was on. Zero awareness. Zero sense of it's, it's, I don't know if it's a main character thing or what, but stole my damn parking spot. And then Lori saved the day. I think. Might be chatter of the day. I don't know. It's not my call, but we got less than a minute now, and a brand new keyword is coming up. I'm sure all of you would be happy to win that money. So put in those keywords, but you got to wait till 11. Okay.
Got my seat cushion, crossword puzzle, and can't forget the hand sanitizer. Okay, show me the waiting room.
No need for all that. You can stay in your car.
I'll stay in my car? Get out.
Yep. You stay in. It'll just be 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Get out!
Go ahead, sit back and relax.
Well, I guess I'll save all this for the DMV. If only they took 10 minutes, am I right? I'm sorry.
Take 5. The Stay in Your Car 10-minute oil change.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Happy. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, February 6th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell to Super Bowl security, drama, stars, and stadium prices, and a shocking controversy hits the Winter Olympics. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
Josh is with us.
Good day.
And so are you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages come in right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
I know you're curious because it's a very, very distracting thing.
I'm curious like a cat. That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
I'm bi-curious.
Guess what, bi-curious and Whiskers? I got a last-minute message right here.
What's it say?
It's from all those frozen iguanas. Let's see what they have to say.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! Yeah! That's right. We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday has arrived.
On
Pat
time
yourself on the back. You made it this far. You're 1 out of 1. You're 1 out of 1, Josh.
Works
no
for
punishment
me.
today. Excellent work.
Yes.
You're all bundled up over there, though. C-Lane constantly is like same kind of outfit, never noticeably bundled up, and you look all bundled up.
I was bundled up. You saw me yesterday. I was wearing my jacket yesterday.
Were you?
It's cold outside, but it's very hot in this studio, and I didn't have time to take my hoodie off.
I have my hoodie here, my jacket.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be totally honest with you?
What?
I pay very little attention to you.
To me?
Like,
Ever.
Yeah.
That's hoshwog. Hogwash.
Now you know why.
Bull hockey. Poppycock.
That's hoshwog. I can't handle that. That's hoshwog, folks. All right? Okay, we have a lot to get to today. It's a busy Friday on the show. Come join us. Come along for the ride. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to New York City, everybody.
New York City.
Yeah. That's right. And inside a press conference, you have an adorable setup, if I'm honest with you here. Mom Donnie, the new mayor of New York City, is there. And next to his podium is a little kid's podium.
That's fun.
Which is kind of adorable. It's like a 1 foot tall podium next to his podium. And this is a smart move always in the political world because kids are pretty funny when you put them up in front of a microphone.
I thought it was a smart move in the political world because, like, your vice mayor, your assistant mayor could be a little person.
That's true. That would be hilarious. I would watch every press conference.
Kid Rock and Joe C all over again.
Yeah, I would have been watching.
This guy loves Joe C.
I would have been watching COVID press conferences if they had a little person as the second in command there. That'd be awesome. Nobody ever demands that, for the record. Everybody's like, we need the first Latina or the first black or the first whatever, this, that, whatever position. Nobody's ever like first little person. Has there ever been, Google this for me before I get back, I'm distracted. Google this for me. Has there ever been a little person in elected office in the United States of America? Has it ever happened? I don't think we had one. I got no representation.
It says yes. Little people have served as elected officials, while rare, individuals with dwarfism have run for and held office in local and municipal governments. And there have been notable cases of public figures such as former U.S. Secretary of Labor Robert Reich, R-E-I-C-H, who are under 5 feet tall.
Yeah, he's like a manlet. He's
short.
He's not actually like a little person.
FDR was a half man.
Yeah, there's lots of rumors about that. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. The press conference. Mom Donnie, the mayor of New York City, and the kids, they're at their own little podium, and they asked the kids, what's your favorite animal? Let's listen in.
My favorite animal is a shark.
Okay, I have no idea.
Shark?
No. Did you say Chuck?
I think she said a shark.
Shark? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. You would have the best ears for this, Elaine, with a child. Yeah.
My favorite animal is a shark.
Is a shark.
Shark.
Honestly, such a good one. Yes.
My animal is a goat.
Oh, and a goat.
Goat.
Thank you all for your answers.
And my favorite one is a gold snake that can move and it has gold eyes and it has a long tail, a super duper tail.
Whoa.
And it can snap cars and crash the cars, and those two cars can get
The chick took over the microphone. He's like, "You're going on too long about your favorite animal, Gabe.
That you
What's
made
happening?"
up.
Yeah, it snaps and crashes the car.
A gold snake with gold eyes with a long tail. First of all, do snakes even really have tails?
I'm sorry, but he said super duper long tail.
Okay.
So let's get the facts straight here. It's a gold snake
with gold
super
eyes.
duper long tail. Crushes cars or something.
Crashes the cars, yeah.
Yeah, it's really, he had a lot of descriptors with this, but we go on.
To make sure I'm getting all that, it's a golden snake with gold eyes and super long, can crash cars and crash into them.
Yeah, and they get fired.
Thank you for your answer.
Thank you, guys.
No idea what he's saying at the end of it there.
Yeah.
It's like, they get fired. I don't know where does fired come from?
I like that the press guy wanted to get his facts straight. And
Yeah,
just to be clear, mister.
These people will butcher any story. They're going to nail this. Go back. The kid said, gold snake, and it crushes cars with its super duper tail.
Thank you. And Mr. Mondani, Yes.
The second question for you.
Yes, it's also the golden snake.
I also picked that guy's dead wife.
I also picked the gold snake. I take the same one. I'm not sure what animal that is, but it's probably out there somewhere in the animal kingdom. The gold snake. Yeah, you're right, Josh. The gold snake. How could I ever have screwed this up? Folks, you can let us know what your favorite animal is if you'd like today. Dispatches are really for anything, including that. So send yours.
I really like your hat, buddy, by the way.
I'm getting ready for the game.
I didn't notice it until, like, you were already in the intro to the show, and I was like, son of a bitch, he's got an NFL hat on.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for the big game.
Have you worn that before? How long have you had that?
I have. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got it last. It's tight as hell.
Because I have two sensations going on right now. One of them is jealousy because I really wanted to order one of those myself, and now that you've done it,
it's horny.
I feel like I can't. And no, the other one is deja vu because I think that we've been through this before.
I figured if I spent money on this hat, it cost me like $40. I might as well crack it out every year for the Super Bowl, just wearing my NFL hat here, a la Rob
Lowe.
What's his Rob Lowe, the Lowster as he was, the Lowster indeed. All right, we're going to get to all of your feedback, emails, and all that good stuff momentarily on the show. I got a bombshell that I think is interesting in the Savannah Guthrie story.
Okay.
Her mom, Nancy Guthrie, missing, obviously. Day 6 we're on. All right, day 6, this 84-year-old woman is missing, and it's not looking good because this dumbass podunk sheriff is the person who's allegedly in charge of this investigation. And I got the feeling that the Guthrie family's going to get an old lady finger in the mail because this sheriff's like, well, I don't know what's going on here. He doesn't even know how to talk into microphones, much less organize any kind of search party for an 84-year-old. So my thoughts on his performance are pretty obvious. But I have something else that I want to get out there. Okay? This is a new photo released. I'm going to show this on stream. I'll explain it for everybody else. The photo shows Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mom, and her doorbell. We learned yesterday that at about 1:30-ish a.m., whoever kidnapped Savannah Guthrie's mother disabled the doorbell at 1:30 a.m., all right? And you could see the doorbell in this photo. Now, on first glance, I said, I don't know what kind of doorbell that is.
It does not look familiar to me.
And that won't be surprising in just a second here, C-Lane. But there's a lot of different kinds of doorbells. I have a Nest set up at my house. C-Lane has a Ring doorbell.
I do.
Josh, I don't know what he has.
I'm a Nest guy.
He's a Nest guy, too. He's got that. And we don't look at this and see the one that we have on our homes because this is different. It's a very thin-looking doorbell on Nancy Guthrie's front door. And this is part of this whole case, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, when you look at this photo, it might start to become a little more familiar. Again, a very thin doorbell, and you still don't recognize what brand it is because when the person went to this house, they popped off the case, which is this case for a Nest Hello doorbell, which is a very common type of smart doorbell. Now, I tell you all of this for one reason and one reason only. It is starting to become my opinion that if Nancy Guthrie had an active subscription to Nest, we would know what the kidnappers look like.
Sort of.
We would have the video of the kidnappers coming up to Nancy Guthrie's apartment, but she didn't have an active subscription with Google Nest, and they don't store anything if you do that. That is kind of crazy to me, you know? Like that, there's something pretty wild about that. There's almost now this baked in thing where if something horrible happens at your house, you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed. Otherwise, you'll have purchased a camera and it'll be good for nothing because they popped the camera off the front of the house and left it behind. And they were calling Google, the sheriff's on the line with them, the FBI's on the line, and Google goes, there's nothing we can do. When they don't pay the subscription fee for Google Nest, we don't grab any of the footage, not for law enforcement's sake, not for safety and security, not for nothing. We don't do it. We don't grab any of the footage. If she was paying I think it's, what is it, $49 a year or something?
Something like that.
The standard is $100 a year.
Is it? It's going up.
$10 a month, or you save $20 with the annual subscription. So $100 a year. That gives you 30 days of event-based video history, intelligent alerts, Gemini for home.
If she had that, if she paid that one fee, the data would have been stored in the cloud simultaneous with the capture of this video of the person coming up to the front door. They disabled the doorbell, so they had to be in close physical proximity to it. Now, maybe they would have been covered up or something, but we certainly would have had more information faster than we had it in this case because the giant telecommunications technology behemoth of Google decides that we are not going to grab any of this stuff. And that is kind of crazy to me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Super Bowl commercial that's, and I'm kidding, right? But if you see a Super Bowl commercial that's like, if you don't want your grandma to get stolen and you want the footage of whoever does it, if they do, you better pay the $99 a year that is tethered to our company. That's what's held them back in this case. That's literally it. She has a Google Nest doorbell, which you can see very clear. One more time for the folks on the stream. This is the one on the front of the house. This is what it looks like when you pop the cover off of it. It is the one and the same. This is the other side of what you're looking at there. It is a Google Nest Hello doorbell, and they have confirmed that she didn't have an active subscription, which is why Nancy Guthrie has zero footage of the people who took her unwillingly out of her house. And that, to me, is kind of crazy.
It's weird to have a 7-figure house and not have the $100 a month subscription.
Yeah. Yeah, and
or $100 a year, excuse me.
Maybe because she's in her 80s, she's like, she doesn't know how to keep up with that stuff. She let it lapse. She just thought you have the camera and you look at the camera shows you what's going on. She doesn't understand. I don't know. This could be a million reasons why did this happen. But we're 6 days in. She's 84 years old, requires medication to live. Maybe her finger just got mailed back because of the podunk sheriff. And all of this would have been made a lot easier if Google would have grabbed the video and held it. Just said, like, we'll give you access to your archives if you, or make you like select like whether or not you want them to have some sort of secure backup. They don't want to do it, obviously. I mean, it would cost them money to do this, but I just thought that was crazy to consider.
So let
us know what you think.
Without the subscription, the doorbell camera is basically a live view security device with basic short-term activity tracking.
Yep. It is basically a digital peephole. That's what it is. It's like going to your door and looking out the little door, your little peephole outside, but a digital version. And no matter what happens, you're not storing the data. You don't have it. You don't keep it anywhere. And there are very convoluted, complex ways where you can do this locally on some kind of unraid server. But no 84-year-old woman is going to have any clue how to do that. Trust me, I've tried. It's very difficult. Anyhow,
have you tried to house your own footage?
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, I was like, I got. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. There isn't a better way. You got to pay the company when you get no footage of the bad guys.
I've looked up if that's possible with my Blink cameras because those are less important that I have the footage, but it still would be cool. And so far, bupkis.
Yeah, Nicole on YouTube says, would this make the news if the daughter wasn't on a TV morning show? Somebody asked this before. I still say yes. Not as fast, but yes. In fact, there's a story that's beginning to go national right now about another family that just disappeared in the middle of the night. They were wanted by immigration authorities, so there's some different twists on this. But a story of a grandmother abducted and ransom notes sent to TMZ, to the local media, like that's a very curious thing in and of itself. Those things are enough to make any story massive national news, regardless of who her daughter was. I believe this would be a huge story no matter what at this point, because it's very interesting. All right, we got more on the search for Nancy Guthrie. Lots of crazy twists and turns. I haven't revealed even a slice of what we've got for you today on that story. Also, the Super Bowl. That's right. It is coming up this weekend, if you haven't heard, on Sunday. I don't know if there's a lot of buzz about it. I mean, I think everybody's going to watch it, but it's not as many people talking about the Super Bowl as I remember. But we'll get into some of the nitty-gritty, what's going on with security, how much everything costs at the Super Bowl stadium, and a whole lot more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Morning delays continue on I-4 in the Orlando area today for those who need to travel east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits as well as through.
Hello.
Problems today? Just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Supply.
Guys, I got a confession.
666-766-8477 from the Traffic Center.
I got a confession.
This report is sponsored by King's.
This hat is way.
Brings friends and family together on game.
Gene!
King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Gene!
Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football.
Okay, got it.
Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
This hat is way too tight. It's just way too tight. I've got to get my hat. Courtney, can you bring me my other hat? It's like making my head pop. It's a medium large. It ain't cutting it. This could work. Is this better or worse, chat? Better or worse? Oh, thank you, Charles. It was his first secret show last night. That was awesome. Yeah, it's a good time. Stop? I don't understand. I'm not following.
Is this not good? Is this not good?
No.
No?
I don't know which one would.
I think this one. This one. Oh, I got it on backwards though. Used to it. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, my head feels like it was gonna pop. Okay. See you later, alligator. Get on out of here. Get on out. Prison Mike vibes. Excuse me. Now get aboard and kickflip. Very hello, fellow kids. Very much hello, fellow kids. Okay, we got a lot for you today. Isn't that wild? I mean, if Nancy Guthrie had a subscription to Nest, they would have archive footage of every moment up until the power was disconnected from her Nest unit. That's something. Kevin says it was my first secret show last night as well. A lot of fun. Oh, good, Kevin. You know what I like? That means it's easier than imagined for people to get in and watch live on Discord. But that said, I think this weekend I'm going to make a video that can show people, hey, here's how you subscribe, here's how you watch live, and that kind of stuff. Might be happy. Helpful. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, Dan. Thank you. Courtney is the best. She is. Sean, I'm hitting doses of Afra today. I feel like you. We are one and the same. You just gotta. I'm still working it in. I got a little. I'm trying not to get another nose shot. Sean's hairpiece almost flew off during that hat switch like the boxer guy. This has been a week full of some good clips, actually, now that I think about it. Because that was a great clip. Boxer in the ring gets his hairpiece knocked off. Hi.
I'll pose you a question.
What?
If the kidnapper or the kidnappers, they didn't know if she had a subscription or not.
Right.
So they probably hid their face and then smacked it off.
Well, they might have been covered up, but you still would have more. You would have video of
but
them.
How long did it take to find the guy in D.C. that had the bomb?
Well, they still would. I mean, they might have that guy now.
Yeah, it's just because he had weird shoes.
Look, it would be helpful more than it is now.
No, I understand that, but I don't think she would be saved right now.
I don't think she would be saved either. You're going to need to be saved if you don't get the fuck out of this studio.
Sean,
right
watch your mouth.
I'm not watching my mouth. I can't even physically do that. No, I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, if they did all the other things that they're doing, they probably would have covered up. But you would have more at least.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
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 With one goal in mind, bringing the gold medal back home. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Happy. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
Newsroom. As we head into the Super Bowl, my God, are there some interesting stories related to everything we're going to see this weekend for the Super Bowl. I'm excited, kind of. I mean, it's the Super Bowl, so it's always interesting in this one way. The Super Bowl is always interesting because it brings everybody together for one moment. We all are basically watching the same thing. Yeah. For a couple hours, Celine, we're all like watching the same thing on TV, and that doesn't happen that much anymore. You don't get those big like tune-in events. And I like that. I think that is cool. The rest of this stuff is like, people talking past each other, people not understanding each other, people fighting or pretending that more people are fighting. And really my biggest takeaway has been I don't see
as many people talking about the Super Bowl and halftime show and that kind of stuff as I have in years past. I don't see it. I don't see people like everybody's talking about boomers complaining about Bad Bunny. I think like so many other things, the people who don't want to watch Bad Bunny are just doing what they always do and just kind of going like, okay, well, they didn't make this for me. Move along with my day. I don't see endless screeds online. Maybe you're seeing that on your social media.
I think we'll probably
Instagram, Twitter.
I'm not. After you might.
We'll see some squeaky wheels will during the third quarter, especially if it's some sort of blowout where the game's less exciting. They'll just get on and start, tick, 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 tick. Worst halftime show ever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who will be posting afterwards, but ahead of time, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of that. And I just see people like, I don't know if it's purposeful, but I do see people misunderstanding each other constantly. Like somebody will say, Bad Bunny's an American. And it's like, yes, he is an American, but we're in, the continental United States, and most people still don't at this point in time speak Spanish. And the majority of this performance is very likely going to be in a language that they don't understand, with music that they don't understand, that they're not attached to in any way. So, there's going to be a reaction to that. And they'll go, Bad Bunny's American. Yeah, but you know what the real twist is? He doesn't want to be. That's the real twist, right? Bad Bunny is in America, but he actually doesn't want to be. Bad Bunny is a guy who supported the independence candidate in Puerto Rico, although he didn't have enough to muster up a win for this guy. It wasn't a popular political movement, despite the fact that he's one of the biggest names in Puerto Rico. People just don't agree with him on a lot of the politics stuff. But he wants Puerto Rico to be independent. He doesn't want to be an American. So I think there's just a lot of people talking past each other on that front. And all I care about is just watching something interesting and seeing everybody kind of react to it. So for me, this is one of those big moments. Now, you have a lot of stories around it that go viral. They always talk about who will skip work on the Monday after the Super Bowl. Hangover Monday, Super Bowl Monday, Super Sick Monday. Yeah, have we done it before?
We have.
Oh, God. Were those the early years?
We did it. No. It was within the last 5 years. We did it for a couple years. People got all panties in a bunch about it.
And
then we stopped. It's stupid.
Folks, if you take off the day after the Super Bowl, it's one of the ones where I would understand it more than most, I think. But I would understand. It's okay, everybody got together. More people go to house parties, I would guess. Let me hear Sean's made up stats. 2026. More people, I'm guessing, go to house parties on the Super Bowl than virtually any other day in a year. Right? That just makes sense to me. Yeah. Maybe Christmas or some other things, 4th of July.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I don't know
Thanksgiving's probably the biggest.
I don't know that I call your Christmas or Thanksgiving gatherings house parties. I just feel like that has a connotation that's less of a family thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is, but for a lot of people, Sealand, this might even be one of their only times out drinking during the year.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you imagine?
You go, and it would be like when my parents would go over to my uncle and aunt's house, and my parents never drank. And when we went over there, they would drink. My mom would have a Captain in Diet Coke.
That's where you got it from, your mom?
I think so.
Oh, you like the same drink as your mom, little baby?
Well, kind of, a little bit. I mean, I don't anymore. I haven't had one of those in 6 years or something, maybe longer. But
did you stop drinking them when your mom passed?
The timing does add up, actually. Yeah, because I went to harder alcohol when my mom died.
You drank the same thing as your mother up until her passing.
Until the day she died. Yep. Yeah. And then I moved on.
Cute.
But I what the hell was I talking about? I completely lost track.
People that show up to Super Bowl parties that don't usually drink.
My mom and my dad would go, and my dad would have a couple of beers, and he never drank beers. He would have a couple of beers with the guys. They'd be watching the game. I know my dad didn't care. My dad's like me. He didn't care about sports. And he didn't care about the game. But he would drink a couple of beers with his pals. And then 2 beers in, I could look in that son of a bitch's eyes and see the gleam in it. He'd be like, hey, Sean, how you doing? And my mom would be like, whoa. And because so many people on Super Bowl Sunday are doing exactly that, they don't drink all the time. They're not used to it. It makes the most sense as a day to take off, actually. Super Sick Monday.
You know what makes sense? You have time off at your job that you are allowed to take.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I mean, calling out last minute is a dick move. But, planning for it is not that bad.
What are you saying? Are you going to be here on Monday?
No.
I can't do both jobs.
Wait a second.
No, I'm going to be here on Monday.
Oh, but guess who's not? 26.2 million U.S. employees will miss Monday of work. Is it going to be you? Let us know. And overall, I want to gauge the audience. Are you going to be watching the Super Bowl? So tell us right now. This is an interactive way for you to let your voice be heard very easily. thenewsjunkie.com/poll. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl? I wonder what percentage of the audience is like, I'm not even connected. I don't care about this. Bad Bunny, Good Bunny. I don't even know what the teams are. I'm not watching this. Let us know. And go
Do you
to
know what the teams are?
The teams are the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots.
All right.
Points.
It feels like you had to
champ.
reach in somewhere deep to get to that, but
I didn't. I didn't.
You succeeded.
I just thought about it for a little bit. I did not cheat. I don't even have a story.
No.
around me on
I
this.
wasn't saying you cheated. You had
I
to
am.
really reach in your brain to come up with the correct answer, and it wasn't like at the tip of your tongue.
To be clear, Josh is still stating that I'm cheating, but
Yes.
I am not. I assure you.
You
but
took
let us
your
know.
NFL hat off.
I did. It was so tight. We have a lot to get into on that front today. And I want to see how engaged you are or disinterested you are. So go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll. It tells us, are you even going to watch the Super Bowl to begin with? You can join us on the show with your commentary, feedback, all of that good stuff over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back, we'll get to some of your early reactions. I got some emails here, some thoughts on Nancy Guthrie and all that good stuff. And then I want to get to what they're selling at the Super Bowl, because this is as out of control as it has ever been. All right. For any Super Bowl ever, this is out of control. Wait till I tell you how much they're charging for stuff at the stadium, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
It was a successful.
Hello? Can I tell you something? I need you to be honest, chat. Who is skipping work on Monday? Calling out or taking vacation on Monday after the Super Bowl? Are you taking off on Monday? Yes or no? Are you taking off on Monday? Yes or no? Super Sick Monday. Are you taking off? Yes or no? Let me know. Work? Question mark.
This report is sponsored by Valve.
No. I might. We got an I might from Eddie. He's on the fence. Eddie's a couple of tequila shots away from being like, I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm a productive member of society. I might take off or not since I'm the boss. Either way is good with the boss. True. Now that is ideal. That's how you do it. I'm available Monday. Hire me. Marissa. That's a good strategy. Just post on Sunday during the Super Bowl, say, hey, looking for work. Think about all your employees who are about to fake cough, call out of work on Monday. And of all the employees that are going to call out, I will be there if you want me to take over for them. That's a good way to get a job. My job is watching YouTube. Nice, Nicole. Can we switch jobs? That sounds like a good time. I'm retired, so I will still do as little as possible. Nice. Sean, did you see the ShamWow guy's political ad? I've only seen that little short clip of him like, we're going to get woke. We're going to go after the woke ShamWow. You're going to love my nuts. I only saw the little quick thing. If there's a longer one, please email tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. A hand job is still a job? True. Who's taken off on Super Sick Monday? Yes? Most no's so far. I won't be taking off, and I won't be watching till the end either, Tanya says. Okay, one more question for you, chat. And this question will determine something pretty big. Our bonus show stream, our after show stream, the bonus that you unlocked, the ass that you unlocked, is scheduled probably for today at 4 o'clock. But we could also do it tomorrow. People said Friday before. Last minute opportunity. Let's get your votes in right now. Friday or Saturday. If you say Friday, we're doing the bonus stream today at 4 o'clock. If you say Saturday, we'll do it at some point during the day on Saturday. Friday or Saturday for the bonus stream? Saturday? Saturday or Friday? Do both? No! Today? All right. Tomorrow? Halftime? No. Sunday? Ask today and ask tomorrow. Saturday? I'm going to miss it either way. Ouch! Where can we watch past bonus shows? I didn't see it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. And you can always go to thenewsjunkie.com in the featured section. Scroll until it's the show that you haven't seen before. 2 minutes and we're coming back live. Friday or Saturday? Not both. Not both. Is the bonus show coverage of the Super Bowl? No. It'll just be whatever. I mean, it could be some of that. It'll be whatever is going on that people want to talk about. Thank you, Booty Sweat. Friday at 4 is still during office work hours? What about 6? I think we said 6, didn't we? I think we might just do it tonight at 6. All right, that's it. We're doing it tonight at 6. We're doing a stream tonight at 6 o'clock, and then I'm checking out of that into my weekend. All right, stream tonight, 6 o'clock. Bonus stream unlocked. Stream tonight, 6 o'clock on YouTube and Twitch. You won't miss your Saturday cartoons. You won't miss your Super Bowl prep. We're all good. Stream tonight, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. All right? Okay, we're coming back.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Imagine kicking off the new year with $1,000 in your pocket. Whatever your plan is, we're not here to judge. We're here to give you a chance to win. $1,000 in your hand 13 times every weekday. It's simple. Hear the keyword, enter it on the website, answer your phone. You're in the right place. Real Radio 104.1, the station that does it better than anyone. This national contest sponsored by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian sliders. There's nothing like it.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio 104.1.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Viral newsroom. The Super Bowl, super expensive. Wait till you hear what stuff at the stadium is going for. This is nuts, and that's coming up in just a moment on the show. We'll get into your feedback. That means you're sending dispatches, recording video or even audio dispatches that will play on the show, integrating you with what's happening here. Send those at thenewsjunkie.com or your emails. If you got something interesting, I will read it back for everybody. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. But make it interesting, please. There are a lot of things that are going to be purchased this weekend for the Super Bowl. It's a big thing. I don't know how much it generates for the U.S. economy, but we can find that out. Super Bowl economy generates, I mean, annually, it has to be like over $100 million, I would guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe more than that. Because talk about everybody buying stuff at the grocery store for parties.
This is a very wide range that the Google AI has set out here.
What's it got, Sealand?
It says the Super Bowl generates an estimated $300 million to over $1.3 billion.
That's a big gap. All right. So it's a lot.
Well, this says in economic impact for the host region and the U.S. economy annually. Massive influx stems from visitor spending on hospitality, tourism, direct revenue for the NFL, which we all know that the NFL probably does not pay taxes on.
No.
We've heard all that stuff, including ticket sales, merchandising, millions of dollars in advertising, and those super expensive spots.
Yeah, and so what Sealand is referring to is correct there. Like, we read a report that says when cities are being scouted out for the Super Bowl, the NFL gets like almost carte blanche over that city. They do not pay taxes. They go in and the city has to put them up in hotels. They have to spend millions of dollars to woo, basically, the NFL, this huge, very, very, very rich organization, and with all their own political beliefs and stuff.
Kind of shows you that, like, the NFL has got some power.
Big time. Major. Like, probably in the world of sports in the United States of America, there's nobody bigger, I would suggest, than the NFL. But the stadium is Levi's Stadium. That's where this is all going down, just outside of San Francisco, I believe, in California for the Super Bowl. And the story I saw on this says, as fans gear up to take over Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60, the staggering menu that will be on offer has been revealed. With some dishes, these are stadium eats. Used to be a hot dog and a hamburger for a couple of bucks. I'm not that old, folks. And when I was a young kid watching the West Palm Beach Expos and old Raleigh Fingers or whoever out there on the baseball field, my dad used to take me, and the hot dogs were $1
What
or
was
something.
the mascot that you really liked?
I forgot the West Palm Beach Expos mascot. I think I got a card around here.
Hang on, I'll find it.
Yeah, because it's slipping my mind right now. But the Super Bowl stuff is so much more expensive than
Willie
it used to
P.
cost.
Bananas?
That's it, Willie P. Bananas. He was like a gorilla or something, a monkey, and he would dance and it'd be Willie P. Bananas. That was your guy for the West Palm Beach Expos. And the hot dogs were $1 or something. Now, some dishes at Super Bowl 60 are going to run $180.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot. While some might choose to tailgate outside the stadium or fill up at concession stands on the day, there's also the option to dine in-house at Levy restaurants. The dishes on offer are not your standard game meals. They have the Super Bowl 60 burger at $180.
What the hell?
Josh, tell me if this is overkill.
Yes. This is overkill.
This burger is 3.5 pounds of braised beef shank. Isn't that a little much?
That's
a quarter pounder is a big burger.
Is it a burger for 3.5?
Yeah, 3.5 pounds of braised beef shank.
I gotta see this thing.
That's a lot. You see if you can find that. It's called the LX Hammer Burger. The burger also has a big heap of blue cheese fondue. Feeds up to 4 people. I would hope so.
Just the regular fare. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
It's bone in.
Yeah, it's got a bone in this thing.
Okay. Maybe that's where the weight's coming from.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
It's like a tomahawk steak inside of a burger bun. It's wild. And is this the other stuff that they're going to have at the event? Some of the Super Bowl drinks that they're going to have. Fries with some kind of beef on top. Oh, their hot dog is a super hot Chinatown dog for $20.
That looks kind of good, though.
For a 20, you got to pay $20 for a hot dog?
I would pay $20
for that hot dog. You guys are crazy. I ain't paying $20 for no hot dog. No hot dog in the world is worth $20. What's a Costco dog cost?
$1.50 with a drink.
See, that's where we're at. It's a big ass hot dog.
Well, sorry that they don't run the Super Bowl at Costco, Sean.
Well, maybe they should next year. It's a better place.
That would be cool.
This is a hot dog with. Am I saying this wrong, Celine? Char siu pork?
Char siu.
Char siu pork and hoisin glaze. Thank you, Josh. Chinese mustard, spicy Chinese mustard, and it's $20 for a hot dog at the Super Bowl.
What the hell is that?
Then they have a drink that Josh is reacting to called the Carl the Fog Misty Spritz.
That is stupid.
I am an over 40 grown man. I am not ordering a drink called the Carl the Fog Misty Spritz.
Well,
I don't care.
When you read the reason for all this, it's even more ridiculous. The drink is topped with a big like handful, like a pawful of cotton candy. And it's named after the iconic fog which covers the city of San Francisco.
So stupid.
So the fog's name is Carl?
I guess the
I'll take a
cotton
Carl
candy,
the Fog Misty Spritz, folks.
The cotton candy is supposed to resemble, represent the fog.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. Kevin says, corporate greed ruins everything, you mean? Well, I mean, it's corporate greed at Costco, too, isn't it? But it's just not as bad.
They're nice.
People don't pay as much. The Fog City Frozen Irish Coffee is made with Irish whiskey. That's going to be there.
I would probably take a gander at that.
The Sticky Roll. They've got all these different options that are going to be available at the Super Bowl, and they're all ridiculously expensive. Everything is priced out. If a hot dog is $20, what are you even doing? What happened? I guess it's not supposed to be affordable. I guess that's not part of the pitch that it's supposed to be
getting in
something
the door
affordable.
is kind of it's pretty pricey just to be there.
Are there last minute tickets? Like right now?
Let's see. Let's go StubHub.
Yeah, pull that up if you can. Because, I mean, it's pretty crazy. For the fries, by the way, just so you know, the fries are $40 for fries. So if you want a hot dog and fries and you're at the Super Bowl this weekend, it'll be $60. It was $3 when I was a kid. $2 maybe, $2 or $3. And you get that little paper tub and you get the hot dog in it. You go over, take the red thing and the yellow thing, put the ketchup and mustard on. And they got some condiments. And you've got a little bin filled with fries for like $2 or $3. This wasn't a million years ago, but now things are just absolutely crazy. Just absolutely crazy.
One ticket to the Super Bowl on StubHub, the cheapest price available is $4,421.
Woo! For one seat, and then $60 for your hot dog and fries, Josh. It's going to be a little bit pricey, but
now you could sit in section C136, row 6.
I'm listening.
One ticket. There's only 3 left here. $22,863.
Yeah, it's preposterous. Anybody paying these fees? Let us know. Yes or no. Over on chat, or send a dispatch or email even to tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
One thing they do, I think they're doing it again this year. I'm trying to look it up, that I'm always curious about whether I'm curious, like, it's fun. You get to go to the Super Bowl, but is this a fun experience or not? Is when Courtyard by Marriott sets up like a suite and like some fan wins the Super Bowl sleepover and you get to go to the stadium the night before and sleep there, and then like wake up, and they probably provide you with some breakfast or something, and then you just like you live there for the night, and then that's your Super Bowl suite, and you're like the view of the game. You're in a box.
That's kind of
but the box
fun.
they like build out the box to look like a hotel room.
That would be worth the extra money of the experience, but it's still all so insane. It's cheaper just to watch on your television. You can get a flat screen from that very same Costco for $600 that'll fill up a wall in your house.
Are they doing no returns right now?
Yeah, they do sometimes. Yeah, this time of year, so somebody doesn't buy it and leave. An email coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. A couple of them here. Wayne emails, "Hey, Sean, Wayne from Oviedo here, longtime listener, big fan of the show. But I have a question. What's Josh Pinkman's origin story? We know he's great, and he's always the steady anchor of Sunday Morning Coming Down. But did I also hear he works for Mo DeWitt in some capacity? What's Josh's origin story? Thanks, Wayne." Josh, care to weigh in?
Wayne, I was made in a lab to be spread as thin as humanly possible.
That's about where he finds himself. Josh once tried to be an intern on this show.
Years ago.
But was shut down, was turned down.
Unceremoniously.
Yeah, not by me, not by Sealand. Was turned down. It was like, nope, he's not a good fit, this guy. And then got an internship on another show and then worked his way through the ranks. And now he's a man of many talents. Many talents.
At least two.
At least two that we know of.
Yes.
And probably more. Yeah. Honey emails the show and is asking a question about the Nancy story, the story about Nancy Guthrie, the missing mother of Savannah Guthrie. And Honey says, a possibility on this could be whoever took her knew all her medicine that she needed and already had them ready when she was abducted.
Now, that's very crime thriller. But,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of this that's very crime thriller.
You never know. I mean, it sounds far-fetched, but somebody close to her or somebody who had been in the house who maybe knew all this info, she said. If they're sending a ransom, they need to keep her healthy/alive. Thank you for the feedback. You can email the show too. Tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com. The thing that I was thinking about this morning that I thought is pretty weird, actually, is with the ransom notes for Nancy Guthrie. Why would they have sent them to the media? What would be the point in the media knowing about this at all? Why would you send TMZ and some local media outlets the ransom to risking revealing more about you, as opposed to why wouldn't they just leave a ransom letter at the scene? And then the only people who needed the info would be the ones who got it. Like that, I was trying to wrap my head around that. What would be the reason for sending the ransom note to the media?
Well, I think that a lot of times the media can be like a buffer. I know that there's been times where like somebody has called in a bomb threat to like a school or something, but instead of calling the school directly, they'll call a news station. Yeah, and I don't know how often that happens anymore because some of these news organizations are running on like thin numbers. Yeah, but I think it's maybe just a buffer. Like if you leave a note at the scene, they're gonna comb it over for fingerprints, stuff like that. Try to match it up. If you call the family directly, they might, depending on how far we are into this, the FBI might already be tapping their lines. And of course they didn't make a phone call. These were emailed. And so they might even just like anonymize the email. But if they email it to a third party, well, then that's a party that wasn't equipped or may not be ready to start tracking stuff like this.
See, I'm wondering, C-Lane, why would the person risk leaving digital fingerprints? You're saying, like, if they didn't do that, they might have risked leaving actual physical fingerprints or something that they could look into with handwriting or, they can really look up way more things than you would think of. If you print something on paper, sometimes they can find out information about the printer that printed the paper and then track down whoever printed things out. Yeah, it's wild. But
my printer to be a snitch.
I was very, very curious as to like why did they do it that way? And so more of your theories, dispatch us at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit the record button to record your dispatch. Send a video or audio dispatch or email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, since a lot of people have asked about this, I have some new bombshells about that ransom note. What is in it? What does the ransom note actually say? That's one of the biggest pieces of this puzzle. And we're going to unlock that next. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Lisa. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe this is happening.
Who's next? Your chance to win is minutes away, courtesy of Bill's Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're going to get stuck in some congestion on I-4 this afternoon. Heading through the city between Dr. Phillips and getting through that Celebration area. There's slowdowns. That accident's been cleared up on the Greenway northbound before Lake Mary Boulevard. Traffic's passing by a lot better now. You're still going to run into some slowdowns on the Beach Line westbound before the Greenway from that earlier accident. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com.
Chumba Casino wants to add some fun gameplay to your day with a new social slot game. Ryan Seacrest 10K Ways. It's the perfect go-to escape. Big spin.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Skull Mic has been activated. That means we are now talking in real time. A little behind the scenes secret. When I'm sitting in that chair, you're actually watching me from the Hubble cam right here. And that's going through a system that is on a profanity delay. They call it a profanity delay, but you dump more than just bad words. You dump stuff that might be lawsuit-ish, lawsuit-worthy. But now we're live. Anything can fly, including curse words. Any requests for curse words, I take them. I take curse word requests. Big ups to our cameraman, who's on maybe his final day on the job. Not a great start today for Gene, the cameraman. He will be following me around the room as we chat during the breaks. I think they caught Ted Kaczynski because he demanded to have his manifesto printed in the newspaper, Zach says. Zach, that is correct. Ted Kaczynski, a.k.a. the Unabomber. Minor trivia question for chat. You know why they called Ted Kaczynski the Unabomber? Does anybody know? Yes, he demanded that his manifesto be printed in the newspaper, and then a family member saw it and recognized certain things from speech patterns and conversations and different things that he had heard Ted Kaczynski say. And he said, you might want to look into this guy. Because he bombed universities? That's the Unabomber. But the A, there's an A in there.
I'm here to talk to you about something a lot of guys don't like talking about. And
right?
Low testosterone levels. You know, the truth is men today have
universities and airlines. People forget about that. Ted Kaczynski was not just sending bombs to the universities, he was, but also to the airlines. Unabomber. And Ted Kaczynski's manifesto reigns as my favorite manifesto of all time. I think a lot, not all, but a lot of what Ted Kaczynski wrote in his manifesto was pretty insightful, big brain stuff. He was actually a smart guy. But he was living in a tiny shed and he was blowing people up. So you can't support that. I don't support blowing people up. Was it the Univision connection? No. Unabomber's not from Univision. It was universities and airlines. Una. 2 minutes. We're coming back live. I touched the shed that he lived in with my bare hands. It was very small. My hands are not, though, just in case you've heard rumors on the show. Yes, University and Airlines, Sport Johnson, correct. He was normal until the CIA experimented on him with LSD. Not true. As far as I know, they didn't use LSD. I might be wrong about that, but he was involved in a study that was being done, And the study basically was to gauge how people would react to negative feedback. And so he would come in and then they would just have a third party who he couldn't see hurl insults at him and tell him how stupid he was and say horrible things about him. And it was part of this large research project that was tied to the government. But I think it's largely overweighed in terms of the kind of effect and impact that it had on Ted Kaczynski's life. I don't think it changed him much at all. In fact, I think it was just kind of a blip. And it's like a lot of other studies. The Stanford prison experiment, for instance, is almost complete bullshit. It's a lot of hype and almost really nothing to it. It sounds like an interesting story until you actually learn about it. You know what I mean? He hated big tech? Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. All right, we're coming back. What was in the Nancy Guthrie ransom letter? Now we actually know. We have some new details. We'll get to those in a moment.
833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the new.
This show, thank you for hanging out. Learn more about the show, the live stream, the podcast, and more on the website, which is available, as you might imagine, over at thenewsjunkie.com. To your feedback momentarily. We'll start to work that in. Hello to everybody over on the chat, from Kurt to Mark to Woody to Zephyr's Biker to Know Nothing to Kayla. Everybody hanging out with us today. You can watch the show at any point in time. Go over to youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Now, there's a weird situation going on with this Nancy Guthrie case. Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, her mother, 84 years old, kidnapped, abducted, whatever you want to say, from her house. We don't know what happened in terms of like video footage because she wasn't paying the subscription for her Google Nest doorbell. So they didn't store the footage of these people going into her house and abducting her. But we do know that afterwards, not at the scene, not mailed directly to anybody involved, not sent directly to the police, but TMZ and media outlets received a ransom note. And they believed that this ransom note was legitimate. And now we have this really like Keystone Cop-esque sheriff who's on top of this thing. He's on top of it, he swears. Of course, we've already missed one of the deadlines in this ransom, but we want to know more about what was in the actual ransom itself, which was emailed to these media outlets. And bit by bit, we're getting those details. Yesterday, Harvey Levin, sure. The founder of TMZ, 30 Mile Zone, was on Hannity on Fox News, and he was talking about what was actually in the ransom note. So that's a good place for us to start. Let's see what he said was actually in this ransom note that was sent by the people who have Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie. Here we go.
I will say the letter begins, and again, we're not sure that this is really written by the person who has Nancy. But I will say the letter begins by saying she is safe but scared. And they go on to say she knows exactly what the demand is. And so
let's stop there. They're saying she is safe and scared, and she knows what the demand is. So the demand, for those of you who don't know, is allegedly millions of dollars to a Bitcoin address. Do you know what's kind of crazy that nobody is mentioning?
How much?
Well, didn't the deal just get a lot better? Didn't the price of Bitcoin just tank completely?
Oh, yeah.
So I know this is sort of a weird twist, but one of the big headlines of the week is that Bitcoin plummeted. So if they had purchased the Bitcoin before, well, I guess it would become more expensive now, right? How does that work? Like, if they were buying the Bitcoin now, would it be, or if they hadn't made a purchase, I guess it would be the same no matter what.
The note would have to say, I want X amount of dollars in Bitcoin, as opposed to like 3 Bitcoin, because that amount would vary wildly.
Yeah, if they said, I want 10 Bitcoin, which is over $1 million, well, that's not over $1 million anymore. That would be a bargain now. It would be, a lower amount of money. So, yeah, they were demanding the millions of dollars to this Bitcoin account. And they were saying that the woman, Nancy Guthrie, knows more about this. I will also give you, in just a couple of minutes here, the story about the person who has been arrested. The person who stepped up.
Oh, wait, the fake guy?
Yeah, and they tried to fake that they were the people wanting the ransom. They tried to fake that they were the abductors, and the guy got arrested. And I'll give you his whole background in a moment. But now back to the ransom, no details.
they are, through us telling the family, and obviously the sheriff's department gave the family the letter we received, exactly what they're demanding, and they're saying that Nancy is aware of it. They are also saying, Sean, and I find this, pretty interesting.
He's talking to me.
When you look at what happened today, they're saying that this will be their only communication. And they are done communicating, negotiating, here's the deal, and that's it. And, as the clock ticks, I think that's one of the reasons the FBI and other authorities have, gotten desperate here, because as far as we can tell, it's impossible to trace the origin of this email. And I will say that there are real reasons, based on what's written there, that I believe that this person is in the radius of the Tucson area.
All right, so he thinks the person is still nearby based on something that was in the ransom letter. He thinks it's legit. They mentioned stuff in the ransom letter that only the abductors would know. They made one demand and one demand only. And there were 2 deadlines. One is already blasted past us. I don't know if that deadline was to cut off one of her fingers and send it back to the family, but the sheriff was dodeing around and just completely off in la-la land as one of our deadlines has gone by. And now they probably sliced a piece of her off. The other deadline is Monday, I think. Monday is the other deadline. And then what's the second more important? Because they said the second deadline is a big one, more important. That's when they kill her, right?
You would assume that.
That's what I would assume. Yeah, I would assume that the second deadline was, hey, you do it by this time or we kill her. And just so you know, when I say things about the sheriff and how bumbling the sheriff of this town has been, Pima County Sheriff, when I look at everything he's done and how he seems to be just fundamentally not in control of this whole investigation, the sheriff said this week that he didn't even know that Savannah Guthrie and her family made that video until his wife showed him. He didn't even know that Savannah Guthrie made the video, the sheriff, until his wife, hey, did you see this? They made a video to the abductors. And he goes, oh, let me watch. And he starts watching on his wife's phone the video with Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister sending a message to the abductors and to the mom.
I think they made a second one.
Did that? I got a second one from the brother, I think, that we'll get to at some point here during the show, because he did speak out.
Are we still assuming that the FBI assisted in the video and that the sheriff just didn't know about it? Or is he trying to imply that they went rogue?
I think that the FBI assisted. I believe that the feds assisted, and they're like kind of taking the reins here because they notice that this sheriff has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's completely and totally out of his depth. Now on to the person who tried to fake being the abductor and tried to get the ransom himself. Derek Colella has been, he's not the person who was behind the original note or anything, but he was trying to profit from it. He's been arrested. He looks hilarious.
Yeah. Is he wearing a safety pin as an earring?
He has a massive safety pin-like earring with a red ball on it. He has a, would you guys say leopard print or cheetah print? I don't know. Leopard? Leopard or cheetah, one of the two of them. Like a leopard or cheetah print coat on in this photo, and a very, very strange haircut. The guy who is responsible for trying.
He just left a Flock of Seagulls show.
Like he looks like he's from the Flock of Seagulls. Yeah, he does. And here's the story behind this guy being arrested. I have the actual police documents here. It says, on or about February 4th, 2026, the defendant, Derek Colella, with the intent to transmit a demand for ransom, did transmit in interstate or foreign commerce any communication containing any demand or request for a ransom or reward for the release of a kidnapped person. Remember, he wasn't the person who did this. He's not the person who abducted this woman, Nancy Guthrie, but he saw an opportunity and had the phone numbers somehow of two members of the family and sent a text message to them. The text message said, hey, you probably saw what was going on. Here's where you can send the ransom. And he tried to go in between. All right. This talks about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. And they say shortly after the video was published, AC and TC, the daughter and son-in-law of Nancy Guthrie, both separately received a text message from the following number, 760-209-0552. Give him a call if you're interested, folks. He's interested in texting and calling other people. 760-209-0552 is the guy who tried to steal this money. The person said, did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction. They spelled we are wrong. They put W-E-R-E with no apostrophe. Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction. The two family members received these texts while in Arizona. Law enforcement was able to determine through open source methods that the 0552 number was from a VoIP text and call application. And law enforcement submitted an emergency disclosure for the information behind that number. They gave records, and it went back to an email address. And I'm not saying you should email him, but if you wanted to, Derek Colella at gmail.com is the one behind all of this.
Interesting.
Hard to figure out.
Didn't even think to maybe open a new email account for this particular...
Nope. DerrickCallella at gmail.com. The records also indicated that it had been accessed from his IP address at 602 on February 4th. Law enforcement submitted an emergency disclosure request to the internet provider and found out more information about this guy. After Miranda warnings, Colella admitted to sending the two text messages. He admitted to using the VoIP account from which two actual text messages came from. Colella stated he pulled family information from a cyber website. Oh, no.
A cyber
website. And that he had been following along and watching TV. When he said he sent text messages, he was trying to see if the family would respond. Data received showed approximately 3 minutes after the text messages, Colella called a family member of the Nancy Guthrie, which lasted 9 seconds. The two text messages have not been linked to the ransom demand, but that guy finds himself in jail as a result of these charges. He tried to sneak in and see if he couldn't pull in that money, that ransom money for himself. The weird thing is, they said he called. He had the phone numbers. He had the right phone numbers. He had the correct phone numbers of the Guthrie kids. And he called, and they didn't answer. And I know that the ransom note says that they would not do any further negotiation or reach out in any other way. But I feel like I would still be answering my phone for all the calls. I might be like, hey, is this them? Just in case. Let us know what you think. This is a wild story, which will one day be a movie, and you're living through it right now. Give us your thoughts on this. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. The deadline is expired on the first deadline from the ransom, and there's a second one as of Monday. So we'll have more updates for you on Monday. C emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, Sean, huge fan of the show. I think I might be in the top 20% of your fans. Slight drop in my rankings. You got to get those numbers up, man. I listen every day to the main show and also secret shows.
Thank you.
So this gives me content 7 days a week. Being at my main source of audio intake, I have a complaint. I used to be able to go to the iHeart app and pick up the show wherever I left off. Now when I close the app, it doesn't save my progress. I know it's a first world problem, but I'm stuck on your show. Even with the 2 to 3 minutes of ads they put in the content. I'll be your number one fan when we finally get to meet in person, but not in a weird way. Okay. My wife is sick of hearing me talk about your show.
When we finally meet, I will rise to number one. I will get my knee pads on.
Is he
and
pulling
become the number one fan?
Is he pulling a mask over his face as he's writing this? Like, number one fan on the way. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the email.
Nice guy.
I could tell you this, if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, not only will you find the link to iHeartRadio and the podcast there, but you'll see the RSS link to subscribe wherever you have your podcast, and various apps do different things to save your progress on the show.
Yeah.
My experience is that the iHeart app remembers, but maybe...
well, I know they're making some changes to the way that they present the podcast. They're changing it to be like every other app where it does it in the opposite order.
Yeah.
So it's not newest first, it's oldest first, or something like that. They're changing it to where there's no spoilers, like, because I guess people were like their podcast to where they can go at their own pace, and if the app plays the newest one first, you may skip stuff. There's a whole a study behind it, but maybe in part of that change they lost that ability and need to fix it.
All right. Well, they know this stuff, so just keep with it. iHeart's great. They pay the bills around here for now. I've got 5 months left on my contract, and we'll see what happens after that. Another email coming in. Billy says, about Chicken Banana. We talked about Chicken Banana on the show, which is supposed to be the new 6-7 for kids. And it comes from this song that has like a ton of views.
Why do you say it's supposed to be the new 6-7? Are there like douchebags hanging out in the back of news reports going, Chicken Banana?
Not yet, but people are reporting that their kids are saying Chicken Banana nonstop. And they don't know what it means, and then they ask the kids, and they're like, "What? It doesn't mean anything, you know. Banana. It just means it's a chicken banana song. Chicken banana, you know. Banana. That's it. That's the whole thing. And the kids just say chicken banana, chicken banana. Doesn't mean anything. This guy says Chicken Banana is older than 6-7. 6-7 is far from dead. Ask my T-ball team of 5 and 6-year-olds. How do you expect me to do that? You want me to ask a T-ball team?
Dear 5 and 6-year-olds.
That's so weird.
Of C's, is it C? Of C's T-ball team.
This is Billy. This is Billy.
Of Billy's T-ball team.
You call yourself the news junkie, LOL. The song has been around for a year, but it's spread pretty wide now, and little kids are definitely saying the Chicken Banana thing. It is not nearly as widespread and annoying as 6-7, but it could be soon. We'll see. When we come back, we have more about the Super Bowl and the halftime show. Some secrets revealed. We'll tell you some of the things you can expect that people are hyped about. We'll give you some behind-the-scenes info, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
How do you guys sit when you relax?
Hello? Welcome in.
Traffic's backed up due to an accident on I-4 eastbound near Hopka Vineland Road.
Hello?
Backed up from Osceola Parkway. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. You're going to get stuck in some stop-and-go traffic on the ramp from Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound. There's a serious accident in the southbound lanes. Your State Road 44 getting cleared up. Just look out
Chicken Banana. The song is 1 year old, but the song has recently got a lot more traction and has been spreading among the under 12s, so that they just run around like little zombies and they say Chicken Banana or Chicken Jockey or 6-7, and that's it. That's basically all they said. Peanut butter jelly time.
Loans in the 7s or even 8% range. And if you're one of them, you should explore the savings for a refinance to lower your...
Sean, that emailer drank a whole bottle of USSR vodka. Do you dare him to drive?
I go into that mortgage guy, Don.
Stan vibes. All right, we got some Super Bowl info that people aren't talking about just yet coming up. We have the next episode. Then we have This Week in Florida. And we got to there's so many things to get to today. We barely even started with the stack of things to talk about. Danny says, one day Sean will realize he's not even close to breaking this news. What are you talking about? First of all, it's not breaking news. All right, let's get that part straight. It's not breaking news. It's a growing trend. And you're trying to attach something to the growing trend that I'm not. Not that it just started today or yesterday, or that the video was just posted today or yesterday, but that it's reached fever pitch among 12 and unders, many of whom, if you surround yourselves with them, you will hear them saying chicken banana. That's what I'm telling you. Do with that what you will. Stock market roaring right now. Stand by. Stand by. Stocks are rocketing right now, with the Dow up almost 1,000 points on the day, picking up for some recent losses. The Dow up 960 points and rolling. Stocks soar in wild rally after tech rout, is what it says. Getting that money back, baby. All right, just a couple of minutes and we're back live. Is chicken banana like putting the lime in the coconut? In as much as they don't make any sense, yes. Yes. If I had $1 for every stand by, I need you to stand by me. I'm not asking for a lot. By the way, not one of you, not even one of you has invited me to your Super Bowl party? What the hell? Not even one person. We'll come back in 90 seconds. You guys want to see one of my favorite things in the studio? Yeah? Yeah or no? I mean, I won't show if you don't want it. People buying back the losses? Yeah. Yeah, there were some dives in the last couple of days. And the Dow's hitting a wall that it's trying to get over. But today looks nice. Still don't have plans yourself? Nicole's a doomer on the market. One day soon, the market won't rally back. It will tailspin, she said. Here's one of my favorite things. Courtney's mom got me this. It's a globe right here, and it spins when it's hit with light. So it spins around back here in the background. One of my favorite things. Love it. Okay, we're coming back.
iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Representing Vienna, Virginia, Ilya Malinin is redefining what is possible on the ice. Known as the Quad God, the reigning world champion arrives Representing Vienna, Virginia, Ilya Malinin is redefining what is possible on the ice. Known as the Quad God, the reigning world champion arrives in Milano Cortina as the only skater in history to land a quadruple axel in competition. He isn't just performing a routine, he's pushing the laws of physics. Malinin steps onto the Olympic ice looking to turn his technical revolution into pure gold. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
We got a lot to talk about. Super Bowl Sunday. Not far from here. Not far from here. And a lot of people celebrating. We'll give you some of the behind-the-scenes dirt, the drama, everything going on from the Super Bowl in a moment. Join us on the show. Record a dispatch at any time, no matter when you're listening to this. Even if it's the weekend or something, go for it and record a dispatch, video or audio, at thenewsjunkie.com. I wanted to share this story because I think the reaction I've gotten to this, talking about this, is very interesting. And I have to tell you the details of the story first, and then we'll go over what the reaction has been. This is about a teacher, all right? And this teacher's name is Pester. That's his last name, Cody Pester. He's 26 years old
Mr.
right
Pester.
now. Cody Pester is 26 now. He was a little younger when this happened, but he was in his mid-20s. So Cody Pester, 26 years old, is the teacher who worked at this particular school. Now, he worked at a school in Nebraska, and at this school was a young woman. Now, while this young woman was attending the school where he was working as like a wrestling coach and a teacher for 6th grade, while she was going to this school, he didn't have any contact with her. She wasn't in his class. He didn't send her any text messages, none of that. After she graduated and she was 18 years old, this teacher, Cody Pester, began to message her. They met somewhere and they exchanged numbers. She's 18, he's 20-something.
By all accounts, he did things the right way.
Well, that's where the big giant twist in this story comes in. So Cody Pester, after this girl graduates high school, he exchanges information with her and he begins texting her. A couple months later, their texts turn into a sexual relationship. And these two adults, because they're both adults, start having sex with one another and exchange, I think, as much as like 13,000 texts during the time that they were talking with one another.
That's a lot, it
so,
seems.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot. And this guy has been arrested. The teacher has been arrested. And the teacher, I watched the sheriff who was talking about this arrest like he had really gotten one of the bad guys off the street. This guy, this teacher, is now facing decades behind bars. Now, I want to clear up a couple of things before I play some additional details for you. This teacher, in all of those thousands of text messages with this 18-year-old former student, all right, never once talked about buying her alcohol, which would have been illegal. Never once talked about buying or getting her drugs, which would have been illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Never once forced her into doing anything. They had a consensual relationship after she had graduated from the high school, and he started messaging her back and forth, and then a couple months later, they developed this sexual relationship. Here's the rub. There is a law that he was arrested on in Nebraska that says teachers cannot engage in a sexual relationship with a former student
for more than 90 days.
For less than 90
For less than 90 days, I guess. They have to wait 90 days after the student graduates. Otherwise, it's illegal. So the student can be 18 or more. The teacher can be of age. They cannot have discussed anything at school at all. They never messaged each other before she was 18 or while she was a student at the school. This was after the day she graduated. All right. And all of this was afterwards. The communication began, and then 2 months later, they started having sex with each other. But because that occurred within 90 days of her being a student at his school, even though he wasn't her teacher, he is now facing decades behind bars. Decades. He may be in jail for over 20 years as a result of this. And there's a lot of people who respond to this and say, well, Sean, ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you don't know that something is illegal and you violate the law, you still very well could be held liable and maybe even spend the max time behind bars. People will say, well, Sean, this is what grooming is, okay? This is grooming. I mean, maybe, but there's no evidence he didn't text her beforehand while she was a student at the school. There's no reports that he did anything before she had graduated and left the school. It's only about this obscure Nebraska law that says teachers cannot have sex with former students until 90 days has gone by.
It actually says he texted her on the day she graduated.
Yeah.
Just waited for her to walk across that stage. And
which is a little weird, but not a crime, I don't think.
He texted,
it is in Nebraska.
But it's a crime
That
because they had a relationship. It was because they had a relationship. But he waited until she graduated and was no longer a student at the school the same day. And he starts texting her, and then they just start friendly texting from there. And then within 2 months, they turned into a sexual relationship.
So who turned him in?
An anonymous tipster turned this guy in.
Her parents.
Her parents, an ex, who knows, right? And now this guy is facing decades behind bars. I want to know if you think not anything about like, hey, Sean, this is the law, whatever. I just want to know if you think it's fair. That's it. Because it doesn't matter what the law is. It doesn't matter what's in the books. It doesn't matter if you're committing a crime. All that really matters, at least in my view of the world and the way that I funnel everything through my brain and everything that I talk about this show, is was it a morally right thing or is it a morally right punishment for somebody, two adults, dating and having a relationship with each other outside of the school, for this guy to get 20 plus years behind bars? Here's some of the details on this from one of the local
we are learning
outlets.
More details about the recent arrest of a 6th grade teacher and wrestling coach at Palmyra.
He was picked up yesterday before school. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says 26-year-old Cody Pester had an inappropriate relationship with a student who graduated from Palmyra High School last year. So here's what we know so far. Let's break this down. LSO's investigation began in December after receiving a report of the relationship from the Otoe County Attorney's Office.
All right, so the investigation began in December. He was just arrested. The relationship began between the two in May of 2025.
They say Pester and the former student's relationship began in May of 2025 after she had already graduated. And the two had met during athletic events where the student was an athlete. Pester was a wrestling coach. Since May, Pester and the victim had contacted each other over 13,000 times on the phone, according to the department. And per state law, it's illegal for teachers to have relationships with former students until 90 days after graduation.
How unbelievable is it if they would have waited another month to have sex, or 3 months to start a relationship,
to start talking? I think because
there would be nothing illegal about this.
Yeah, it's saying the law bans school workers from having sexual relationships or contact. Is that sexual relationships or sexual contact, or just contact in general?
It sounds like contact in general, but I'm not sure. We'd have to see the actual law itself. I want to know what people think about this. Do you think that's fair? He did not. There's no evidence that he messaged this girl, not even once, before she graduated. After she graduated, he messaged her. After she graduated, they talked for a little while. And after 2 months, he started to have sex with an adult, an 18-year-old. And now, because of this obscure law in Nebraska, he is facing over 20 years behind bars. I want to know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or an email, tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Now, real quick, before we find out what's, I don't even know if we do find out what's coming up on the next episode.
You will not know.
We'll get geared up for the next episode in a moment here. Real quick. I know a lot of people are going to come at this from the angle of, and I've already seen some people in chat, I've seen a couple of people say this, that this guy was like predatory and he was waiting for her to graduate. That is probably true, considering that he texted her the day that she graduated. But let me point you to a scenario. Let's say person X sees some underage person, and they're like, well, this person is attractive, but obviously they're not 18, so I cannot engage with them. I cannot have sex with them, et cetera, et cetera. They don't do anything. They don't message them. They don't speak with them. And then after that person turns 18, they say, hey, how you doing? They spark up a conversation and they have a relationship with them. As much as you might say that's creepy that they had their eye on them before they were 18, they're legally waiting for them to turn 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So there's creepy things about it. I guess you can argue that. But should somebody, for waiting until somebody turned 18 and waiting until they were a former student, whether it was day of or not, get that long behind bars? That's not what this is made for, I don't think.
20 years is a little ridiculous.
And somewhere out there, there's that anonymous tipster who was sitting there and was like, ha, ha, ha.
And do they enforce this law across the board, or are they just randomly making an example of one guy?
I don't know if other people have gotten hooked up on this, but I'll hold this story because I want you to hear the press conference that the local police had when they arrested this guy. And the thing that I really take the most issue with is like, we got this bad guy off the streets, those kind of vibes. I was like, did this guy technically do something creepy? Yeah, I think there's creepy elements. I'll admit that. Did this guy do something that I think should be a crime? I don't know. That's a little more in between. And did this guy do anything that I think should put him behind bars for decades? No way.
Somebody on the texting service brings this up, but it's a decent point. Why does a teacher that's not even her teacher have her phone number and is able to text her the day she graduates?
True.
They didn't talk about how they have each other's info. I don't know if they bumped into each other, started a conversation, exchanged numbers. I don't know. I mean, what you're doing is assuming that he got her number, waited till she walked across the stage, and then said, hey, babe, it's me, the teacher. I don't know how he originally got the number, and I'd like to know that. That would be interesting, too. But let's say he bumped into her the day she graduated afterwards. Said, hey, congratulations. What are you up to next? Oh, I'm starting to work in the summer. I'm doing this and that. Sad I won't be able to see you around. Oh, yeah, well, let's exchange numbers. You exchange numbers, you start talking back and forth, and then it escalates from there. There's different ways that this could have gone. I don't know how he got her number. I agree that's an interesting question. And we'll try to see what we can find out. We'll get more into this story about what's happening with this guy as the show rolls on today. When we come back, the next episode with Joshua Marie Fowler.
Oh, boy.
It's happening. It's going to be a wild ride. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The Winter Olympics opening ceremony is today in Milan. Speed skating Olympic champion Erin Jackson is excited to be one of the Team USA flag bearers.
Oh, it means so much. I ran into one of my teammates in the cafeteria yesterday, and he was like, I've been voting for you like crazy.
Saturday is the first full day of competition in Milan. The action will include alpine skiing and the men's downhill medal event.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Cold air has returned to Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast as we head to the weekend. And for today, we are going to be ending the work week on a chilly note. Even as we head to this afternoon, temperatures will be staying below normal. The high of only 63 degrees. Our normal high for this time of year is right around 74 for some perspective. But as we head to this weekend, we will see some improvements. We'll see a high of 68 degrees for our Saturday before a high of 70 by Sunday and even the upper 70s by the end of next week. From the Fox 35 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Program. As the largest, most successful prepaid program in the nation, Florida Prepaid has helped 1.2 million Florida families successfully save for college. Let them help you. Open enrollment is now. Plans start at just $29 a month. Enroll today.
We may be dealing with the cold weather right now, but before you know it, Florida's heat and humidity will be back, and we all know how that can drive up your energy bills. Renewal by Anderson's acclaimed replacement windows to the rescue because they're engineered specifically.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Go mic activated. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Subscribe over on YouTube. Follow over on Twitch. Those are free. Be a member on YouTube for no commercials. Subscribe over on Twitch for no commercials. Use your Prime and it's free. Subscribe to Secret Shows over on thenewsjunkie.com. New Secret Show drops today before 5 p.m. About this teacher. All right, let's talk about this teacher. First things first, chat. Let's get judgy. Is the teacher creepy? We're starting there. Is the teacher creepy for doing this? Yes or no? Is the teacher creepy? Kurt says he wasn't her teacher, right? That's true. He was not her teacher. He was a 6th grade teacher and a wrestling coach. He was not her teacher. No, he's not creepy. Yes, he is creepy. He's not a pedophile, though he's close, but not one. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No. A lot more yeses than nos on the is he creepy, right? Is he creepy, yes or no? And I'm seeing more yeses than no. He's dumb. Next thing you know, people will violate the First Amendment, violating another component of the First Amendment. He had to have contact with her before she graduated. In the press conference, and I'll play it for you later. The sheriff was asked, is there any evidence that he talked to her or contacted her before she graduated from the school, before she was 18 or any of that stuff? She's 19 now, I believe. And the sheriff said no. No evidence that they communicated at all before she was 18 and before she was a former student of the school. So creepy, a lot of you were saying yes. Which I think you can make a good case for it. Like, why is a 25-year-old guy, 26-year-old guy, he was 25, I think, when this happened. Why is a 25-year-old guy talking to an 18-year-old? That's a big enough age gap that you might have some concern. He's talking to a former student. Did he have his eye on her while she was at the school? You can say that's creepy. I get it. You can say that's creepy. But do you believe he should go to jail for this? Yes or no? Should the teacher go to jail? Yes or no? We're back in 90 seconds with the next episode with Josh. He was 25, Matt, whatever. Yeah, he was 25 when this happened. She was 18. He's 26 now. She's 19 now. Jail, no? Jail, hell no? $25 to 18 is not creepy. I'm not saying it's creepy necessarily. I'm saying I could understand if somebody says that's a weird gap because 18 is very different than 25. Yeah, I do think you should go to jail. Yes, says Eddie. No, not for 20 years. I'm not asking about 20 years. I'm saying, should he go to jail for everything you know that he's done? For an adult being with an adult, but the only difference is she's a former student within 90 days. Should he go to jail for that? Yes or no? That's it. More no's than yeses on that. It's a dumb law. It's a weird one. It's one of the only in the country. Nebraska. All right. Coming back for the next episode.
21 plus. And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Radio 104.1.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
Sunday, just a matter of moments away, really, truly. And we'll tell you everything you need to know about what's happening, all the good drama around it, what's going down for halftime, all that good stuff on the way on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. We got you all lined up. We got a lot of emails coming in that I definitely need to get to at some point in time. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to buckle your safety belts. You bought the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
That's right.
Because it's time. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Have a nice night, baby girl.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with
me. You deserve 20 years in prison for saying that.
It sounded creepy. Have
a nice night, baby goo. You know who else will help you have a nice night is that mortgage guy, Don.
That's right, because you could have a nice night in your own house that you own, and you got a good rate because you talked to that mortgage guy, Don. If you already have a quote, well, Don might be able to get you a better one. So just go to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and hit up the compare quote calculator. Also, listen to the Home Loans Radio Show. If you have any questions, you can text in Don, and he will give you the answers because he has them. He can demystify the process, a process which I've been through but still know little to nothing about. Call him up or head over to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
And we start with this gal right here. That's correct. It's Glorilla.
Glorilla.
You knew it. Nailed it.
Absolutely.
Glorilla's sister is claiming the famous rapper will not help provide for her family.
Oh, damn.
Glorilla has made a point of showing off how she's provided for her family over the years, but her sister, Scarface Woods, is...
So you mean to tell me that Glorilla and Scarface Woods have been in this very dramatic battle? All right.
Correct. All right. Is calling her out, telling us the rapper has left her loved ones high and dry. Scarface, of course, went on TMZ Live to talk about this. No ulterior motive there, I'm sure. Scarface said that Glorilla, born Gloria Woods, has an obligation to break off a chunk of change for her family every now and then, but Scar says Glo's focused on paying the way for a few of her close friends while their mom busts her butt working at FedEx. Glorilla has decided not to comment on that.
Oh, wow. All right.
Decline to comment is how you normally say that. Floyd Mayweather is filing a $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks. Can
you read it?
No, he can't. And that kind of plays into the lawsuit. He says he's owed hundreds of millions of dollars in fight earnings fraudulently diverted by the company to his former manager. Mayweather, in a lawsuit filed on Tuesday in California State Court, accuses Showtime of participating in a years-long scheme of, quote, financial manipulation and self-dealing by his ex-manager, Al Heyman, intended to steal vast sums of money from him by funneling fight revenues into secret accounts he didn't control. He seeks at least $340 million under those claims. With roughly $1.2 billion in career earnings across his fights, Mayweather is the highest paid boxer in history. He left HBO in 2013 to sign an exclusive deal with Showtime. And instead of paying him directly, Mayweather says Showtime wired his proceeds to an account controlled by his tax lawyer. His manager was his manager under a 2005 oral deal. Nothing in writing because Floyd can't read or write, as 50 Cent is quick to point out usually. And we'll see how that goes.
2005 oral deal sounds
scandalous.
That could be anybody.
It could be. It could not be this guy. One of these guys.
Milli Vanilli.
That's right. Fab Morvan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Of Milli Vanilli fame is back in the spotlight. He says he spent years being scapegoated by the music industry. I wonder why. But his new Grammy nomination may have given his career new life in America. Do you know what he was nominated for?
Liner notes?
Is it? Is that right?
This year, he was nominated for narrating his own memoir, You Know It's True, The Real Story of Milli Vanilli.
For narrating it. Oh, so he did the book on tape, and you can get a Grammy for that.
That's right.
Interesting.
He told TMZ, quote, "My wings were clipped. I guess they reattached this weekend. The best is yet to come."
Now, do you think it's sort of annoying to be him and be this disgraced musician for, lip syncing and faking, and then see everybody lip syncing?
Yes.
Like, even though, yes, they never actually recorded their own song, so they got the Grammy taken away. But in this case, it's like what's going on now, and that's allowed to happen is not super far off.
Yeah,
it's not exactly the same, but it's got to be.
What about the Super Bowl? Will Bad Bunny during halftime during the Super Bowl, will he be lip syncing or no?
Probably.
I think probably yes.
I think they have to.
They either have to, or I know that like the instruments wouldn't be live.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Well, what are you going to do? And I'm going to rapid fire these last few stories.
Okay.
This movie.
The Beach Boys are great American music.
The Beach Boys gonna get you a great ass whooping.
Oh, Rush Hour?
Rush Hour 4 is in production.
Wow.
Yeah.
They get the same director?
Yeah, Brett Ratner is back in Hollywood, baby, on the heels of Melania, quote-unquote, success. After he was banished in 2017 amid Me Too allegations, which he vehemently denied. And we know he's in the Epstein files now.
I don't think anybody just regularly denies stuff anymore. It's always vehemently.
You have to vehemently deny it. Spencer Pratt says he will win the mayoral race against Karen Bass, who he calls Karen Basura. Haha. Chris Harrison is coming back with his own traditional marriage dating show. Internet in an uproar because he said the words traditional values. Ted Cruz grilled Ted Sarandos in a Senate antitrust hearing about what Billie Eilish said at the Grammys, because Ted Sarandos has something to do with that, I guess, somehow. And this lady,
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez is jealous of Ben Affleck's perfect ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. And that is your next episode for today.
There he goes, folks.
Oh, Boob Tube, Super Bowl. And, yeah, that's about it. Bad Bunny halftime show and Turning Point USA halftime show. Take your pick.
I like how he's not weighing in. Look, you can either watch the Turning Point thing with Kid Rock and his surprise, or Bad Bunny with his surprise in Espanol.
We got a slight hint of opinion on the Melania movie, but nothing when it comes to the halftime show.
Porque no los dos is all I'm saying.
Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Somebody named Richard emails and says, I'm late to the show today, but did you see that Lorain County didn't pay their lease on their police cars, and now they're getting repoed in Lorain County, Ohio? I did the fact check on this, and it looks like 41 sheriff's office vehicles are at risk of being repoed because they failed to make $57,000 in lease payments to Enterprise Fleet Management. Deputies even began removing gear from the cruisers in preparation. If you're the repo man and your job is to repo police cars, that's
gotta be a weird situation.
Pretty cool.
I'll be like, I'm already worried about getting shot most of the time. I'm taking a cop car. The cops are not going to understand this. The county commissioners deny the vehicles will be repossessed and say the sheriff's office is responsible for paying the invoices, not the commissioners. So they got some kind of problem there, and they're trying to repo the cop cars in Lorain County, Ohio, which is indeed pretty funny. Thank you for that, Richard. Appreciate it. Somebody talking about the ransom note with Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, her mother. I was thinking about the ransom note as well. If it had been sent before media coverage started and to the family, I would think the note that was real. But because it was after into TMZ, it's probably a scammer. I disagree. I don't think this is a scammer. It might come out at some point that it is, but it doesn't appear to be a scammer. It really does appear that whoever wrote this knew some special details about the abduction of Nancy Guthrie that nobody other than the abductors would know. So I think it really is them. I think it legitimately is them. I could be wrong, but I think there's a very good chance that it actually is them. I'm just saying, if it is the people who abducted Nancy Guthrie, it would make so much more sense that they sent this message directly to the people they want to pay them and not released it through the media. But they did release it through the media. Now, there's one other thing. It could very well be that they did leave a ransom note at the house and the family knew about that ahead of time and stuff, but it wasn't being reported on anywhere. And the abductors wanted to build the heat up a little bit, and so they also released
maybe that
it
was
to
the
media.
information that they knew that it wasn't out there. That we also left this in a note on the coffee table.
Right. We do not know the answer to that question just yet, but there's a lot of big questions about this. More and more emails coming in. What we're going to do right now is take a quick break. When we come back, This Week in Florida.
Yeah, baby.
With Christopher Dolores Lane, the man who brings you the magic on the Sunshine State every single week. The craziest happenings in the state of Florida. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Wherever your plans take you on Super Sunday, you can take the big game with you. From the opening kickoff to the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy, Real Radio 104.1 is the home of West.
Hello.
Traffic stop and go on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching that I-75 exit. There's slowdowns starting to form on I-4. We have Champions Gate.
Breaking news, the actor and director Timothy Busfield got an indictment on those charges of sexual contact with a child actor on his TV show. So they actually got an indictment. The charges against him are going to stick for now. If you've been following that story.
This report is sponsored by Terminex. Termite alert. It is termite season in Florida, and swarms have been identified in your area.
Hello, everybody.
It's gonna attack your
Welcome in.
businesses and cause costly damage. Don't live with the termite problem. Before you see termites this swarm season, Terminex it. Schedule a free.
Are you going to be watching the Super Bowl? TheNewsJunkie.com/poll.
You're still looking for the perfect gift? Well, look no further than Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys, especially if the special man in your life has not been there.
I think, and I'm just going to put this out there, we will have some sort of resolution on the Nancy Guthrie story next week on the show. I think we will have some sort of resolution on this story. I am hoping, as much as one could hope, that they somehow get this 84-year-old woman back to her family. But I am positive that we'll find out something big as to what her fate is next week on the show. Do you think that she will be recovered alive? Yes or no? In chat. Will they find Nancy Guthrie alive? Yeah? No, she's toast? No? Dead? Deader than S? Whoa. I mean, why do you think she's dead now? What's your logic for that? Yes, I'm watching the big game. Well, do that at thenewsjunkie.com/poll. Ted says, sadly, no, I don't think she'll be alive. Yeah, I almost guarantee you we will have resolution to this very wild mystery story we've been chasing next week on the show. Lori says, I don't think so. I think she's already dead, or they would have sent proof. I thought she was dead within 24 hours. Well, they sent that deadline, and now the question is going to be, will they send the Bitcoin to that address? Will they send the Bitcoin to that address? And if they bought Bitcoin and were waiting, now the price of Bitcoin has dropped dramatically, so that factors in. I think it was Hoda. It's been too long without her medication. Her blood on the porch and no meds, too long. I don't know. My gut still tells me she's alive. My gut still tells me this lady's alive somewhere. Hello? Hi. Okay. What is it? Did I get it?
No, it's like a black thing on your...
A black thing? Right here?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hmm?
Get it off of me. Is it on me or is it never going to come off? Did it come off? What was it?
Buzz?
Did you eat it? Oh, wow, that's weird. Shouldn't do that. See you later. Somebody says, didn't you hear the 5 p.m. deadline from the ransom note yesterday? Yes, of course. There was 2 deadlines. One was 5 p.m. yesterday, and then they said a second, more important deadline is Monday. I said that sounded to me like we're going to chop our finger off or something by 5 p.m. on Thursday. We've passed that deadline. And then if you don't give us the money in this Bitcoin account by Monday, then we're going to kill her. But I'm kind of stunned that they haven't just paid the money. Anybody else surprised that they haven't just paid the money? Savannah Guthrie is very, very wealthy. She definitely has a couple mil to buy some Bitcoin and pay these people off. I wish she wouldn't have to do that. But if I were her, I'd say, let's pay these people, see what happens, and then track them down and get my money back. Just the idea that there could be a chance that if I paid that money to that Bitcoin address, I could get my 84-year-old mom back. I mean, I really think I'd have to try it. 2 minutes. How much Bitcoin are they asking for? They haven't told us directly, but they have said several $1 million, I think was the quote. Several $1 million in Bitcoin. This week in Florida in 90 seconds. Zephyr says proof of life needed for a payoff. I don't disagree. You put the video out there, you say we need proof of life like they did. They could send proof of life through the same email to TMZ or something. Here she is. She's still alive. Here's proof somehow. It's tough with AI though, isn't it? It's tough with AI, but at least you'd have something. I mean, can you do proof of life in 2026 where somebody would 100% know? We're coming back. If they sent some kind of moderately believable proof of life, though, I would pay. Easy for me to say, but I would pay. All right, we're coming back on the show.
A flag on the play. It looks like credit interference. No problem. We have banks and credit unions ready to lend with low rates. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Take the winning drive to RC Hill Mitsubishi. In DeLand, just 2 miles off I-4. DeLand and Ocala. RCHill.com. RCHill.com. Time down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Just a moment. I got more updates on the story about that teacher and the student, which is absolutely crazy that we've been talking about. More updates on Super Bowl drama. And, of course, more on what's happening with Nancy Guthrie being missing. Some other bombshells dropping on that we'll get to shortly. We have your emails rolling into tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and we will get those all queued up with dispatches for probably the next segment or so here. Right now, though, it's time to do it. Are you ready, C-Lane?
Ready, Sean.
All right, let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. That means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And you know what? California might be home of the Super Bowl this year. But suck it, California, because they're not home of this quantum computing firm that says we're packing our bags, taping up our boxes, and headed for Florida.
See you later, alligator.
Actually, they're going to see some alligators.
See you later. Onto the alligator. I don't know. There's a better way to phrase this.
Yeah, you can think about that for a while. In a
thank you. Give me some time, please, if you don't mind.
In a dramatic sign of the rising allure of low-tax pro-business states, quantum computing firm D-Wave Quantum announced it is relocating its corporate headquarters and key R&D operations from Palo Alto to Boca Raton. The move, confirmed in a statement from the company, marks a stinging blow to Silicon Valley in what many see as a broader trend of tech companies leaving high-cost Cali for more business-friendly reasons. D-Wave officials insist the move is not a reaction to the potential looming wealth tax, according to the L.A. Times. But we're getting some new jobs, new headquarters in Boca Raton, 1.7 million square foot office space, which I didn't know we were doing office spaces that big anymore. After the hit to the real estate, like the commercial real estate that COVID, caused.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Later, you'll see the alligator? See the alligator later?
You're still on this.
Oh, you guys aren't on that still?
You need a quantum computer to figure that out.
I'm sorry. I was paying attention. I just was still stuck on that thing, too. I apologize.
If they think they're going to come to Florida and get ballots on the bill, for voting time, they got another thing coming.
Yeah.
Because pretty much the government in Florida they think they've got it all under control. They don't need pesky citizens putting ballot initiatives up that could become law.
Take that, losers.
Florida voters technically have the power to place constitutional amendments directly on the ballot, but a new 2025 law is fueling debate over whether that right has become too difficult to use. This is essentially one of the things keeping things like recreational marijuana off the bill, or I think abortion as well. State officials announced over the weekend that all 22 active citizen-led ballot initiatives failed to qualify for the general election ballot, meaning proposals ranging from open primaries to changes in legislative sessions, will not go before voters. Shut them down. They said a bunch of the signatures were not valid, and so they're just trying everything they can to shut down the idea of citizens putting the ballots or the bills on the ballot. Is it bills on the ballots? Something like that?
Yes. Yeah. That makes sense.
Ballot initiative.
Speaking of politicians, we've been hearing a lot from this hedge fund manager that has put his name in the running for the Republican primary for Florida governor, James Fishback.
Oh, this dude.
This dude is making headlines all the time.
He's weird.
We remember him from calling his black Republican opponent a slave and saying he wanted to turn Florida into a Section 8 ghetto. He suggested former CNN anchor Don Lemon should be grateful he wasn't hanged in the public square after the Trump administration indicted him over his coverage of a protest. And now, one of the ways he wants to connect with young women voters. Now, how would you connect with young women? What do you think would be a good way? Yeah.
I mean, you hook up with Ulta. Is something at Ulta would be good. Free Ulta day. You get all the votes.
That's one way. But he's reaching out directly. How would you reach out directly to young women in your area?
Instagram DMs.
Yeah, definitely. Well, no, I wouldn't do DMs. That seems creepy. Is he doing that?
I assume he might be.
One of the ways the 31-year-old investor and hedge fund manager says he hopes to reach voters is by having a Tinder account. The existence of which he announced in a Monday in a post on X.
Weird.
It says, I've joined Tinder to meet young female voters where they are and share my plan to make it easier for them to get married, buy a home, and raise a family. Fishback is running 15 points behind his opponent, Byron Donalds, to represent the GOP in the upcoming election, followed up a short time later by asking for donations so he could upgrade his Tinder account to the premium tier because he ran out of likes.
True.
What a nerd.
People on social media were fairly creeped out by Fishback's method of voter outreach, but past allegations of sexual misconduct have made it even worse. NBC News reported the Republican was accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old girl when he was 27. According to the outlet, the teen worked for Fishback's debate training group, Incubate Debate.
Incubate Debate,
which partnered with Florida school districts to build debate programs. He allegedly initiated a romantic relationship with her in spring of 2022. The teen said Fishback told her not to tell anyone about their relationship. She said she lived with him for a time and was briefly engaged to him after she turned 18. She later alleged she was harassing her and asked for a protective order. Fishback told NBC News the allegations are completely false, but I haven't seen vehemently.
Did you see the other scandal that he was involved in?
It's hard to keep him straight. Which one?
James Fishback, candidate for Florida governor, was at UCF.
We played like a really cringe or weird commercial that he did. That was how he came on your radar. What did he do at UCF?
He went to UCF. He was talking to them. I don't know if I can. Josh, stay by the dump button if you don't mind.
Okay.
But he was talking to the kids at UCF.
Our high school cafeterias should be run by great local businesses, small business restaurants that have local labor, that use Florida cattle, Florida produce, Florida fruit, and yes, Florida orange juice.
All right.
They should take over our cafeterias. What's with the Pop-Tarts in the Broward County Public Schools in the cafeterias?
All right. These kids raising their hands.
I'm not saying that the test scores are a result of the Pop-Tarts, but if you wanted kids to fail, if you wanted to set up our kids for failure, you would feed them the absolute goy slop in our cafeterias.
Goy slop?
Yeah, that's definitely anti-Semitic.
Goy slop.
Goy slop.
Oh.
He said,
yeah,
if you wanted
say that, bro.
If you wanted to set up our kids for failure, you would feed them absolute goy slop at our cafeterias, which is an anti-Semitic term.
He also, I saw he wanted to put a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. He was the one. Like I said, this guy, if nothing else, has got his name out there for outlandish stuff during this campaign. Will it work? Who knows? Question mark. However, more important things, huh?
Sorry, I was going to say sorry back to you. I didn't mean to interrupt.
See you later, alligator.
More important
I'm past that, okay? I got past that one.
More important things, because there is something in Florida that could kill you. Bam, bam, bam. It says Florida is no stranger to danger, whether it's massive sinkholes, powerful hurricanes, or invasive threats. But what many residents might not know is there is something native to the Sunshine States that's considered the most dangerous in the world. What is Florida home to? The most dangerous blank in the world.
Florida man.
No, it's not a man.
Okay.
The most dangerous bug in the world?
Man, you're getting there, but it is even less exciting than a bug or a snake. We have the most dangerous tree in the world.
Wow, what's so dangerous about the tree?
According to Guinness World Records, which has granted the moniker to the Manchineel tree, Manchineel. At first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything dangerous about it. The tree is native to South Florida. It gets its name from the Spanish word for little apple, which references the fruit that could be seen growing on the Manchineel. And
it looks like a little apple. That's true.
Yeah. And it says, however, researchers with the University of Florida warn that the tree has been dubbed the tree of death due to the plants and its fruit deadly nature. According to the researchers, all parts of that tree are extremely poisonous. The tree oozes a sap from its leaves, twigs, bark, and fruit that can cause burn-like blisters when it comes into contact with skin. People have reported heavy inflammation of the eyes, temporary blindness from irritants carried in the smoke of the tree's burning wood. So you can't even put the tree in a fire.
Oh, my God. Not only that.
Going to F you up.
If it's raining, C-Lane, and you stand below the tree and it's like raining down, blistering, burning water from the rain. Like the rain turns into like this stuff that boils your skin off, basically.
While some claim they are immune to the noxious sap when it interacts with their skin, ingesting any part of this tree can be lethal and is not recommended, which is really unfortunate for somebody who might be stuck in a forest somewhere and goes, I need to find something to eat. Over 2 decades ago, a doctor who inadvertently tasted the tree's fruit described it as pleasantly sweet, though later noticed a strange peppery feeling in her mouth. Soon, that feeling coalesced into a burning sensation and tightness in her throat. The symptoms reportedly became excruciating. And
is she dying as she's writing this down?
Took 8 hours to subside. Like you said, even standing under this tree in the rain can be harmful. So stay away from the manchineel. We have an update on a story that was big news last year. Everybody was talking about this ex-Cocoa Beach school principal. Oh, she was ex-principal because they caught her throwing parties where kids were getting drunk.
Hell yeah.
She has learned her sentence during a plea hearing. The former principal of an elementary school accused of hosting the underage drinking party. I think she got off kind of easy on this one.
What'd she get? What was the punishment?
2 years of probation.
That's it?
That's it. This was a party where one girl who left the party in a vehicle got a DUI. Another child was passed out. This charge could have carried a prison sentence, they say.
Damn.
The probation condition includes no parties. There are to be no house parties at your home or gatherings where alcohol and or marijuana is being possessed or used, and minors or persons less than 21 years of age are present. Does that mean she can't have any parties with adults too, or... It sounds like she just can't party with minors, which obviously, seems like par for the course in this plea deal. A Cuban national is accused of stealing nearly $4,000 worth of meat from Florida grocery stores.
All right.
Weird part is he threw all of it away after he caught his girlfriend cooking with another man, which is... one of the weirder forms of cheating, I guess.
Steal all this meat for you, and this is how you treat me?
I don't know what I would do about that. If I came home and Courtney was in the kitchen, but she was cooking with another man.
You throw all your meat away.
You throw away $4,000 worth of stolen meat, according to this story.
It would seem wrong.
Janis O. Alvarez Reyna, 30 years old, of Jacksonville, was caught on surveillance footage stealing an assortment of meats from 2 separate public stores. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office said he made off with $1,574 worth of beef and lamb, and then less than 20 minutes later, he stole $2,000 worth of pork, top sirloin, brisket, tenderloin, and personal care products from a different Publix. They identified him as the suspect in both thefts. Upset by the discovery of his girlfriend cooking with the other man, he tossed most of the stolen meat. And get ready for Florida Man Sheriff and a bunch of puns. He said this wasn't just a case of someone trying to meet their budget. This was a calculated, high-stakes operation that left 2 stores with significant losses. That's the quote of Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley. Staley or Staley?
Sure.
The next thing should worry us because we've all done this.
I'm worried.
All right.
Over in Largo, a man has been arrested for doing something that the 3 of us I know have done. Me for sure, Sean definitely, Josh probably.
2 chicks at the same time.
Oh, we haven't done that. Okay. No, a man was arrested Tuesday morning after walking out of a bar tab at a local restaurant.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
Completely easy to do on accident. Benjamin Rakel reportedly ordered food and drinks at the Largo Whiskey Wings on Sunday night, totaling up to $64 before walking out. Oh, after telling employees he did not have the money to pay. We didn't do that part. We just accidentally got a little walkie-outie and goodbye. He provided debit and credit cards as security, which, according to the affidavit, did not have money on them. Told employees he would come back the next day. He came back the next day to retrieve a phone charger that he had forgotten while he was there during the crime, and the police were called. He was arrested on Tuesday.
Damn.
Told
for
officers
$60.
Told officers he had a Cash App debit card, which he did not provide to the restaurant, but the affidavit did not say if he had money on it to pay for that night's food and alcohol. Let's see. A mother is in jail after a staff member finds a gun in her pre-K student's backpack at a school. A teen was arrested after a 130-mile-an-hour motorcycle ride ends in the motorcycle catching fire. And last but not least, sometimes you want to get back with that ex. I say don't, but this guy did it the wrong way. A man is facing several charges after allegedly stalking his ex-girlfriend and sending her a threatening letter with a 9mm bullet in the envelope. At the time, the woman told authorities that her ex owned a handgun and had made some suicidal comments. Well, if he made suicidal comments, maybe the bullet was just to say, like, hey, babe, not going to do it. Take me back.
That's one interpretation.
Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. That's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. Look at this guy go. An email coming in from Harley to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Harley is mad. Harley says, my kids never did the 6-7 thing, but now my 4-year-old heard you play that Chicken Banana song and he won't stop saying it or singing it right now.
4-year-old listening to the news junkie?
They listen from time to time, these younger demos. And now she said her kid is just singing the song.
Banana.
Chicken banana. This is what's taking over.
Banana.
We're going to force it into reality.
Banana.
Chicken banana. You know, the new 6-7 is taking over in all these people's vehicles, I guess. Sorry about your kid doing that, but we'll take more emails coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get back to this teacher and this crazy controversy that we were talking about. We got Savannah Guthrie in the ransom note. We got the Super Bowl. We got jury duty on the way. We got a lot before we wrap things up on a Friday, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram @Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Expect to pump the brakes on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching that I-75 exit. It's stop and go there. There's slowdowns on
Chicken banana.
oil change traffic tip line at 866
Chicken banana.
From the traffic center of Jamesburg.
Chicken
This report is
banana.
sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Fall in love with how easy car care can be. Drive into Valvoline.
I'm going to mess around and get that stuck in my head, and then I'm going to be mad at myself.
15 minutes. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com.
Ain't that a Filipino song? What? No, maybe. Maybe? No.
Stop, my friends. Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range.
Hey, Rachel. Hey, Anthony. Hey, everybody over on YouTube. Hey, everybody on Twitch.
Payments or get cash out. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry.
We got a bonus stream after the show, 6 o'clock-ish, 5:30, I think, 5:30 to 7:30. 5:30 to 7:30. This afternoon, a bonus stream you unlocked because you hit the goals for this week. Guess what? Next week, new goals. We'll have lots of different things each week. Uh-oh, hang on. Hello?
Do you have the video of this bar getting robbed in Kansas?
No, is it good?
We got you. Yes.
Okay, send it to me, please.
I'm going to send it to your Gmail.
Okay, perfect. We'll try to get to that. We'll also try to get to one of the most unhinged videos I've seen this week. It's going viral today. It's these women at a yoga spot. And all of the women, they're all like middle-aged women at this yoga spot, have surrounded the employee. And they are chastising and publicly lashing the employee at their yoga studio for not putting up an anti-ice sign on the front door of the yoga studio. They had put it up at some point in time and then taken it down, and all of the women from the yoga class had banded together and they were bullying the employees of the yoga store. Angry wine mom Karens, political Karens, wound up from watching TikTok, and they surrounded, belittled, and yelled at a yoga store employee or a yoga employee, yoga studio employee, I should say, until like she would crumble and be like, okay, fine, I don't support ICE, I'll put the thing away, what do you want me to do? The social bullying that goes on in some of these circumstances is crazy. All white, middle-aged women, political Karens, unleashed on the world. I'll try to play that video later. It's crazy. Crazy. Did they call him a house N-word? No, It's a different clip. That clip, Austin, goes back to my theory that no one actually cares about anything. So if you take left-wing activist types who will maintain that the most important thing to them is stomping out racism, sexism, bullying, and anything like that, and anti-trans issues, any kind of bigotry. That's what they'll say is their keystone thing. Their cornerstone, their North Star is to be against racism and sexism and bullying and all of these different things. But if you politically disagree with them, they will immediately engage in the most disgusting forms of racism, the most disgusting forms of sexism, or bigotry and bullying of whatever type. No one seems to believe what they say they believe anymore. It's a really disgusting thing. We need to deport them too? We need to deport them only. Two minutes. It's unhinged lunatics. Just completely whipped up on TikTok vibes. And out to get anything to do with ICE. It's just so weird. It's such weird behavior. I've never seen a demo like white middle-aged women so politically radicalized in the last 10 years. It's been wild. I heard of this one girl in her 30s who stopped talking to her family because she demanded that her father and mother give all of their family wealth, everything they had in the bank, to Black Lives Matter about 5-6 years ago. She's in her 30s. She tells her parents, if you don't give all of our family money to Black Lives Matter, I'll never talk to you again. And she disowned her family because they didn't give up every dime that they had to a political organization. She's like, it's going to be studied. It's going to be studied for years to come. But it's just, at the base of it all, it doesn't matter who it is or who's doing it. It's just bullying. It's more bullying. It's crazy. Stop looking at my nipples. It's cold in here. You guys are weird as hell, man. All right, we're coming back.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Alta Wyoming raised Jalen Koff.
Assist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Alta Wyoming raised Jalen Koff, widely considered the fastest mogul skier in the world. With an aggressive style that attacks the fall line, she charges through the bumps at breakneck speeds while throwing massive airs. Already an Olympic silver medalist, Koff returns to the mountain with her eyes fixed on the top spot. In a sport judged on turns, air, and speed, she plans to leave no doubt that she owns the mountain. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The show that takes you from Skywall Summer to Jack Rocket Fall.
I want one of them to stop, though. I keep getting emailed something over and over and over. Please stop. Please. This is a plea from me to you. Please, everybody, stop sending me links to the Olive Garden story. Please. I've seen it.
I understand. I know. I get the Olive Garden story has been sent to me more times than anything about the Super Bowl or Bad Bunny or any story or Nancy Guthrie. The Olive Garden story. Please stop sending it to me.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen? Now you know what I'm talking about.
No, I just found this other crazy story, and I'm going to send it to your Gmail. Hang on. Gmail.
No, it's probably the same story.
No, this story is different. This story is crazy.
Just for the record.
It's pretty brutal.
Okay. Hang on. I'll get to this one. This seems more doable. This is great. Okay. I'll get to this story that Celine just sent.
No, I just sent. Here's the one I just sent. Do that one.
Okay. Hold on. You sent another one?
Yeah, go back to your Gmail. Just sent you the good story. It's
No! Stop sending me the Olive Garden story. Guys, I get it. An Olive Garden employee dove into the deep fryer. It's terrible. Stop sending me this.
That's not what I expected.
Yeah, Josh, I mean, I don't have the video, thank God, but like, oh my God, this must be the worst way to kill yourself, says somebody. This is one of like 400. Olive Garden worker dies by horrific deep fryer suicide. Wait, stop. Please, it's bad. It's terrible. This seems better. Celine, what's the story on this that you sent me here?
This was a robbery at a Kansas bar.
Can we just play the video to start this for the streamers? Yeah. All right, over on YouTube and Twitch. Ready?
Watch cue up this Mission Impossible, Josh, or maybe some Ocean's 11 music.
There you go. Ready? Here you go. He's dropping his way into the bar from the roof. Not exactly slick. Drops down.
It looked like he like cut a hole in or something because there's a bunch of debris on the ground.
Yeah, there's stuff falling down. He's covered, but you see like his eyes.
Oh, is the other person can't make it to the floor? So that
the other person is scared to drop in, so they're bringing a table so that they can land on. They're dropping in like on a wire, like you would for an Ocean's 11 type thing. Second guy's coming down. Oh, he's swinging a little too much. This doesn't bode well for him. These guys are not good.
Is that? I see some crack.
Yeah, God Almighty.
That was kind of smooth.
Does he have a tramp stamp? This guy?
Oh my gosh! Do you have something in common with the robber? Oh, he has a tramp stamp.
I think he might. His little butt crack hanging out here. You can see. I'll put this up on See It Now so everybody can see the visual of this.
Said 2 people broke into the business through the ceiling around 4:45 in the morning. One of the suspects appears to have a tattoo on their lower back. It doesn't say what they stole. It just says that they broke in. It doesn't say if they stole anything or what the purpose was.
What are you going to get from the bar that is worth you doing this? That's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Kansas bar thieves caught. All right, I'm going to put this up over on See It Now. When we're talking about something that's a visual, I know you're listening to the show, almost every single one of you. I want you to know that we're going to put it up for you so you, when you get a second, can watch it yourself and hopefully enjoy what we're talking about. Now, this one is up. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, look on the See It Now section in the menu, and then you can see all the visuals of things we've been discussing, including them rolling in or rappelling into this Kansas bar.
That's nuts. They've
been arrested.
One suspect was located and taken into custody without incident. His name has not been released. They're trying to identify the other suspect.
What an idiot. Jesus.
I wonder if they have the tramp stamp guy or the non-tramp stamp guy.
I don't know. It doesn't say. It was Main Street Bar and Grill that was the victim of this here. And all I will tell you is all of that is better than that damn Olive Garden story. So just hands off, please. Emails off. tipsofthenewsjunkie.com on all the other viral stories you're seeing. Anything you ever want to hear us talk about on the show or your thoughts on what we're talking about before, after, or during the show, tipsathenewsjunkie.com. But for God's sake, please stop sending that. There is, and don't try to outdo it either, because sometimes that's something that happens. Here is Peter emailing the show.
A guy shoving his head into a deep fryer.
Well, somebody has tried. This story. A man turned up at a hospital with a live World War I artillery shell in his backside.
Still alive?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. An 8-inch long World War I artillery shell crammed in, Shell was live. They had to evacuate the hospital. Patients were running for cover.
Did he have to evacuate?
He had to evacuate it eventually, and they dug it out of this man's body. But all right, keep them coming.
That's not how big it is.
No, it says 8 inches. It's
okay.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Yeah.
8 inches long, or is this a diameter?
Josh, stop sending me the Olive Garden story. I don't want to see the Olive Garden story. This is just another link to the.
Got him.
Please, God
Were you
Almighty.
fooled by the subject line?
No,
What did the subject line say?
I mean,
important story in all caps.
Did I click it? Yes, I did click it. But once I clicked it, I saw it was just about the guy diving face first into the Olive Garden fryer again. That sounds very brutal. Oh, there's 911 audio of this?
Oh,
all right. I'm not playing. No, we don't need it.
Oh, I think they're screaming in the background. I read that.
You know what I mean? The guy dived head first into the fryer. Of course he's going to be screaming. Check on the person who's not, for God's sake. It's the new Rickroll? No, it's not. No, please. God almighty.
What a dark Rickroll.
Sean, I got breaking news on the Nancy Guthrie story. Yeah. Click this. Oh, man dives into the Olive Garden fryer. Face first. There it goes again, you know? I don't want to see it. I don't. And I appreciate those of you who understanding it. Thank you for your consideration on this matter. Here's somebody saying, last night there was a fight between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Panthers.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot. The teams hate each other.
Not much of a fight. The Lightning smoked the Panthers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like a Virginia Sling.
Here's the video.
Florida penalty.
If this cuts to a man at Olive Garden, I am losing it here.
Number 77 and number 19. Both guys have 2 minutes for interference.
All right, so they got an interference penalty, and then, they're going into the locker room and whatnot. Does a fight break out here eventually? I don't see any fight. Yeah, this is just maybe the penalty that started it or something somebody sent over. Ref needed a full written list of the penalties after multiple fights erupted. Yeah,
that's why he was on the ice talking for so long.
There was so many penalties. He needed a written list. Thank you for sending that over, and I appreciate it much more than the other story. Anyhow, folks, the inbox is open. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break.
When you're here, your family.
When we come back, we're going to get to an update on that Cody Pester teacher that I talked about, who was in a relationship with a former student and is going to be facing 20 plus years behind bars for it. And he didn't date this student while she was a student. She was never his student in his class. She just went to the same school. And because of this law in Nebraska, the law in Nebraska says if you date a student within 90 days of them attending your school, even if you never talk to them beforehand, you will go to jail, and you will possibly go to jail for decades. So I've got more details on that. Super Bowl stuff and a whole lot more. Jury duty and much more on the way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The monsters in the morning.
Now I can't get the boobs back.
Stand by.
So many boobs.
All the boobs.
I'm doing it to fight the robots. That's what I tell my wife.
The monsters in the morning.
Real radio 104.1.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
Desmond Bain scored 23 and Pablo Banchero 22 as the Magic won big, crushing the Nets. Magic back at it tomorrow hosting Utah. College hoops, Florida tomorrow visits Texas A&M. UCF back at it Sunday at Cincinnati. Action at the Milan Winter Olympics underway. The U.S. women's hockey team beat Czechia. Opening ceremonies are today. And final preparations for Super Bowl 60. The Patriots and Seahawks go at it Sunday. I'm Matt McCoy.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I cannot get away from this. Courtney just texted me this story about the Olive Garden guy. I literally, everybody, even inside the house, please stop sending this to me. Meanwhile, let me tell you about an amazing company that has nothing to do with that, but everything to do with making sure that you as a homeowner have an air conditioning that is working properly every time you want to use it to heat or cool your house. Your AC is important. You need to make sure it's efficient so your power bill isn't too high and you're not wasting money. You need to make sure it's working the proper way so that it is making you nice and comfortable all the time. And you need to make sure you're not getting ripped off. Mills Air is the company that is going to back you up on that. Their techs are the best of the best. You've heard them on this show before for a while, and support the sponsors of this show like Mills Air when you have an issue with your AC. 407-277-1159. That's the number. Simple as that. You got a problem with your AC? You want some honest folks to help you out? 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This Valentine's, surprise her with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Beautiful jewelry from International Diamond Center. And when you do, we'll make sure you have all the bases covered. With roses, chocolates, and a gift card for a romantic dinner, all on us. At IDC, we've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts, from classics like diamonds and pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she'll enjoy not just for a day or two, but for decades to come. Come let our experts help you find the perfect.
Stand by.
This Valentine's, let the experts at International Diamond Center show you how to say I love you louder than ever with a gift that shows how much you care. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennia. Unapproved credit.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Oh, Ron, you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Skull mic activated. Jury duty incoming. Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm incoming. Hope you guys are having a good week.
Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30.
Now we wait for Mo to send the Olive Garden story to Sean. Please, no. Please. Sean, where is the Trump Telegraph Post news? What's the Telegraph Post? Was that 6 p.m. for the bonus stream today? The after show stream is today at 5:30 p.m. Hello, Got Crypto. Welcome in over on Twitch. Twitch, you guys have been doing a really great job over there. I want to tell you I appreciate you. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the resubs. We'll see what you can do next week. We got another set of goals for next week. I know you won't let me down. Hey, Avendasora. Hello. Good question. Hang tight. What did we just do? Let me add that first. All right, hang on. I don't think I've added that. So that was Friday, 1:15. What the hell did we just talk about? Oh, we talked about the Olive Garden story? Okay.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49.
Okay, got it.
And will protect you.
And then what'd you say here? What are we doing? 12 or an 8? Wait. We only need a 12. We don't need an 8. We need a 12 and a 14 and we're done. So we could wait here and get them next hour.
Okay.
Let's do a 12 and a 14 in the next hour. Cool.
$1,000 at a time.
All right. Sorry. Working on Weekend Edition, the syndicated show and markets all over the United States of Shamerica.
That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer Visit millsair.com. Are you a fraud-paying American? Flooding for tax-paying Americans?
Hey, Sean, your ass is during my commute from Boca. Will you be recording it? Well, because it's a stream, it will always be up like every other stream on the featured section of the newsjunkie.com. So the video from each day, the video stream, is always up on the featured section of the newsjunkie.com. So it'll be there. So no talking about Trump or Olive Garden? We can talk about both Trump and Olive Garden. But I don't want to talk about an employee offing themselves by diving headfirst into the deep fryer. That's messed up, man. That's dark. We're coming back. All right, here we go.
February 4th, the Adam Carolla Show live podcast on February 5th and Michael Yo on February 6th and 7th. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
Show, and I'm glad you're here. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. It's great to be with you, and I hope if you miss anything, you subscribe to the podcast over on the website. I want to tell you, we have our first Olympic controversy, and it is a weird one.
Already.
I did not see this coming. Jury duty in just a moment. There is currently a major controversy. I have to bring it up in front of me, so if you're watching, and you should be, over on youtube.com/.
Did they take away the condoms?
It's not that far off. This is real. This is a legit scandal that is happening over at the Winter Olympics in Italy right now. The WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Agency, is going to be probing claims that the ski jumpers at the Olympics have been getting genital injections. All right? This is real. They said that a doping agency that usually worries about blood samples is now fielding questions about something far stranger. Alleged penis injections at the Olympic ski jumping. They said they wear these aerodynamic suits, and some male jumpers are artificially enlarging their genitals before body scans, so they give them looser, more aerodynamic suits.
Should it be less aerodynamic?
The athletes are using, look this up, hyaluronic acid injections. HYALURONIC, hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
Good for
or even stuffing clay in their underwear.
Okay, well, that's weird.
Dude, temporarily alter measurements, which are taken with a 3D scanner from the lowest point of the genitals. So they measure you, and they think these people are injecting stuff into their bodies to alter their crotch size, you might say.
Now, when we say the lowest point of the genitals, we talking, the twig or the berries?
Depends on which guy you're talking about. Depends on age, depends on which guy. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Research cited in the case suggested even a 2-centimeter increase in suit circumference can reduce drag by 4%, increase lift by 5%, and add nearly 6 meters to a jump.
Oh, my gosh.
These
How
people,
did they discover this?
I have no idea.
Was there one of the guys on the team that's just got a bigger, bigger wang that has been doing better?
That one guy who was the pole vaulter and he had a problem getting over the pole.
Then you need a smaller one.
Yeah. That guy, he maybe got into ski jumping, and now they've determined that there's a lot of people who are inflating their downstairs to get a little bit bigger of a suit, which gives them an advantage and they can win. So they're injecting stuff into themselves. It's crazy. But that's a real scandal going on right now over at the Olympics. And I'm sure a lot of you will be starting to tune in. Tonight is the opening ceremonies.
Yes.
The opening ceremonies for the Olympics. I find the Winter Olympics and all Olympics to be a fun thing to watch. Somebody I was talking with in chat not too long ago said it's great bar TV, and it legitimately is. Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, whatever. The bar TV watching is so good. It doesn't matter what sport it is. You can just see what's happening and watch them in the bobsled or the ice hockey or the curling or the figure skating or, whatever it is. I find it to be entertaining. You probably do too, I would think. But maybe not. Let us know.
Oh,
all right,
man.
here we go.
This
what is it?
This penis story.
No, he's on that. I know it.
There's a funny quote in it because it says, last August, 2 Olympic gold medal ski jumpers and 3 staffers on the Norway men's team were charged with ethics violations after equipment manipulation following an investigation stemming from a March incident. The Norway team were reportedly caught on video adding stitching into the crotch area of their suits to make them bigger and thus more aerodynamic. The coach from Norway admitted the suits were altered and said, "We regret it like dogs, and I'm terribly sorry that this happened."
Okay.
We regret it like dogs?
Maybe it's a Norwegian saying.
I guess.
It's not something I've ever heard
We
before.
regret it like beautiful dogs.
That's a weird one. All right. C-Lane also pulled a vanishing trick in the middle of that.
I regret it like dogs.
He was worried that they were
terribly
catching on
sorry.
him. He just Wingardium Leviosa himself right out of the live stream. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there are a lot of attorneys that are trying to get your attention, but I'll make this easy for you. You know Mo from the show, and he's the way to go. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but here we are. 800-CALL-MO.
He already
800-CALL-MO.
has a rhyme, man.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo. We'll stick with that one. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. I was telling you earlier about this teacher who finds himself facing decades behind bars. And if you were following the short videos that I do, the vertical videos on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, you caught on to this before everybody else. Go sub on those platforms to be ahead of things.
Sean actually artificially inflates the size of the videos.
I do not.
Yeah, little videos.
This teacher, Cody Pester, is facing decades behind bars. He was a teacher at a school, and a former student and him started talking. And there is no information that says that he texted this girl or talked to this girl before she graduated from the school. There's no information that says he ever taught her, she was ever in his classroom, anything like that prior to this. She's 18 years old, or it was 18 when this happened, is 19 now. The only reason this teacher is actually in trouble is because there's a law in Nebraska that says if you're a teacher, can't have sex with somebody who has graduated within the last 90 days.
Yeah, it's like there's a waiting period.
You have to wait 90 days after, even if they're 18, 19, whatever, you have to wait 90 days until one of these people graduates. After that, then you can engage in a relationship with them. He started texting her when she graduated, the day of her graduation. I guess they ran into each other. I don't know. But they started texting back and forth. Then they started having sex 2 months afterwards, which is just 1 month short of this 3 months.
But they might argue that he shouldn't have been contacting her in that 90 days.
It may have been in violation even to just contact her. That's correct. But I have the sheriff's press conference about this, which I'm going to go to, because it's crazy to me how they threw a whole attaboy kind of press conference about this teacher. And I'm not saying there aren't elements that are a little weird. He was 25 when this happened, 26 now. But 25 and 18 is a little bit of a weird distance in age. But
what you're saying is,
might be a victim.
Sorry, you shouldn't be doing this victory lap like you caught a murderer when it was a jaywalker.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, I've got like 4.
So nice of you to stop that when I was done talking.
I apologize. I didn't hit play on it. It just autoplayed.
I know.
I apologize.
Stupid sheriff.
Okay. I'm going to grab this here. Let's see if it'll work now. The officer who was involved in this arrest in Lincoln, Nebraska, did a press conference about this guy. And again, I'm not saying it's not creepy. I'm just saying like 20 plus years for 2 adults having sex with each other is wild with a lot of D's. But here we go.
Thank you for all coming. Yesterday, the 26th Lancaster County Sheriff's Office arrested Cody Pester. He's 26 of Lincoln, a 6th grade teacher and the wrestling coach.
He was 25 when this happened.
Informed of this investigation or notified of it in December by Odo County, who started it, who had gotten an intake from DHHS. We've been working on it for about a month. The victim of this is 18. The relationship started
now.
in May of 2025. The victim is a graduate of Palmyra. Pester is the wrestling coach, like I said. They did meet during athletic events. I do want to say since May of 2025, Pester and the victim had contact over 13,000 times.
All right, this is one of the things that's used to make it look really bad. Like, he contacted her 13,000 times. Well, it was 2 adults. And they're messaging each other, and most of this conversation
are we just
goes
counting
on.
their text messages?
Yes, text messages and phone communications were at like 13,000 times, which, I mean, that sounds like a lot, but I don't know if it is compared to somebody in a new relationship texting each other a lot. Maybe it is. I don't
On
know.
the phone. We want to thank Palmyra Superintendent Michael Hart.
We got him.
For their cooperation and all his staff who has helped us through this difficult time for them. Again, we sometimes, in our professions, teachers, law enforcement, and anything like this, we have a special responsibility, special to the students, and this is why we made this arrest. Sometimes things you should not violate got violated in this case.
You see what I mean? It's peppered with this stuff where it's like, yeah, I agree. There's like some little weird things around this, but acting like this guy who is engaging in a relationship with another adult, like, sometimes you just got to get these bad guys off the streets.
Don't act like this has been such a devastating time for the community when there's literally nothing you could do if he had waited 31 more days or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
nothing at all you could do.
Or he's acting as if it was a student that was in the teacher's classroom and like all this happened when the student was underage. Those things are bad, and that should be something that people punish, and that's predatory. But this is so different. It's just so different to me. I got more of the press conference. We got our friend Mo DeWitt joining us in just a moment. We got to take a quick break. Back with more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Wherever your plans take you on Super Sunday, you can take the big game with you.
Power Hour, baby! Power Hour!
Coming back in, I feel free and I don't have any pressure. I've already accomplished everything I ever set out to do, so this is just the cherry on top.
Team USA ski moguls team hits the slopes next week. America hasn't won gold in the event since 2010 in Vancouver.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app. From the Klossman Law Traffic Center.
Stand by.
Crash, call Klossman Law. KlossmanLaw.com.
Expect to pump the brakes on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching that I-75 exit. It's stop and go there. Slow downs on the Turnpike.
Mo DeWitt in just a moment.
92. You're gonna get
Hit us up with any legal questions.
I-4 between Dr. Phillips and head through that celebration area. Both directions are starting to slow down. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. from the traffic center of James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Program. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is happening.
Okay.
Use their simple plan builder tool to create the perfect plan for your family and lock in today's plan prices. Plans start at $29 a month.
Our final song is a hidden message that only like 5 people will get. The final song of the show is a hidden message about a big behind-the-scenes drama that only about 5 people will get. Power Hour is what they call the new Olive Garden lunch menu. Stop it, please. Stop it.
DraftKings Predictions is new and simple to use with big game trading. Available here in Florida. Download now.
Mini Mo Masters. I think they still have spectator tickets to Mo's mini golf event. He should be popping in on the grid here momentarily. C-Lane's watching over the board. We can see here. And we should get Mo up momentarily on this black box here on the grid. Savage Garden? Arnott says he did do something wrong. Teachers aren't allowed to hook up with students. He did not hook up with a student. He hooked up with a graduate. Doesn't that change things? She was no longer a student. True. Just call Mo. February 28th, Congo River Golf. Get your passes while you can. We'll talk to Mo about that in a bit. But all the participant spots are gone, which is awesome. Shows people really want fun events like that. I should do one sometime. Mark, stop being weird. BDM says issue is why is it only 3 months? A year would make more sense. Why is it any time? You know what's wild? A girl can graduate and then when she's 18 can go to a high school and can start fucking her professor on day 1 and just openly. They can be like, hey, just so you know, I cracked that right. Row 3, seat 4, I cracked that this weekend. Just so you know. And she could be like, yeah, he did. He did. Everybody in class could clap. And it's nothing. That's crazy. If no dating students for 1 year is a red line, you shouldn't be a teacher. You know, I think a better rule would be that teachers, I mean, this is a tough one, but teachers should have to be a little bit older to have full teaching status. The problem is when you have these people on the cusp. He was 25 when they had sex. The problem is when you have those people on the cusp. You have a lot of these teachers who are in their early 20s, maybe early 30s at the latest, and they find themselves just close enough that there's some weird attraction. Older teachers don't do this that much. When's the last gray-haired old lady you've seen banging a student in the news? They're all like blonde 28-year-olds, 32-year-olds. There's no Mimas pulling this off. That's why, you know what they should do? I've heard this before and it's a good idea. Every one of our teachers in the United States of America, every open slot for a teacher, put a vet in there. Put a vet in the classroom. Veterans to fill all the open teacher positions. They won't put up with any bullshit. The kids will learn to read. They'll probably not be banging the kids in the classroom or whatever. I think it could work. All right, pop on in, everybody. Moses DeWitt coming up. Stand by.
Are likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio 104.1.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Viral Newsroom, everybody. Good to have you. Learn more about the show by going to the website. Where's it at? Well, right where you would imagine. Learn about the live stream podcast and this radio show over at thenewsjunkie.com. One of the people this week that just sort of grabbed my attention and did not let go was the sheriff in this whole Nancy Guthrie situation where Savannah Guthrie's mom has been missing. And Sheriff Nano is his name. And everything about Sheriff Nanos is weird. The guy is just like absolutely bizarre from the jump. He doesn't know how to speak into the microphones. He seems like he has no clue as to what's going on. They said the first time that he got a wind of Nancy Guthrie's family making a video plea to the kidnappers was from his wife. His wife told him, look, they made a video, and he's watching it on the phone. He had no idea what was going on. Is this him at the press conference where he talks about, like, speaking? Here he is, I think. This is Sheriff Chris Nanos, the sheriff who seems way out of his depth in this Nancy Guthrie's mother being missing case. Here we go.
Generalities, and I'm not used to everybody hanging on to my words and then trying to hold me accountable for what I say. But I understand.
He says, I'm not used to speaking like this. I'm used to speaking in generalities. I'm not used to everybody hanging on my words and then trying to hold me accountable for what I say. So he was weird at the press conferences. He didn't seem to know what was going on. He's like, we have a deadline at 5 p.m. on Thursday. Do you have any plans to deal with the deadline? We're just going to see what happens. Do you know who is involved in this? Do you know who the suspects are? Was it a family member? We don't really know. Are there ransom letters out there? We're investigating everything that's coming in, any kind of lead possible.
We're following all the leads.
We're following
all
every lead
leads.
possible. And, of course, everything was like this, like, hey, I'm Sheriff Nanos. I'm up,
You're still too loud.
Everything's 20 feet from the microphone. He has no idea what he's doing. It's like watching somebody do their job where you go, this person is 100% not qualified to do this. It would be like me ice skating at the Olympics for the Winter Olympics here this year.
I'd like
if
to
they
see
said,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, Sean Wasson, and I start
going around the rink.
Time to say goodbye.
That's the equivalent of what this sheriff has been doing. It has been an absolute disaster. And on that front, and on a couple other stories that we've talked about, let's welcome our friend, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. There he is. Look at Moses. He's with us. Is his microphone on?
His mic is on. He was doing the sheriff thing.
No, his mic is still not on. No,
Yep.
still not.
Hang on. Hang on. I'll get him. Don't worry.
No. Now it's almost like Sheriff Nanos in the studio here. And
talk about someone unqualified for the job.
Yeah. Josh is thrown right into it now.
All right.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
There we go.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Mo, welcome to the show. Mo, have you been watching all of the stuff happening with this Nancy Guthrie situation, this woman that was abducted and being held ransom and everything? Have you been watching all of this?
Not too much. I followed it a little bit, but not a ton.
All right. When you see these kind of things and law enforcement seems to be kind of bumbling their way through it, if you're a family or a victim, like trying to get resolution, and law enforcement doesn't seem to know what the hell they're doing, is there anything you could do? Or you just have to go like, well, this is the sheriff we got.
Well, I mean, you can hire your own attorney to advocate for you. There's victim advocates, things like that. I mean, here, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes either. This could be a strategy where they're, to the public, kind of seeming incompetent, and maybe they have a strong lead behind the scenes, but they don't want to reveal that to the public because they don't want to tip off the kidnapper at this point.
Well, if he's trying to look incompetent as a strategy, he is drilling it.
This guy should play chess.
Yeah.
The only person I've ever seen it do a better job is Josh Fowler.
Thank you.
Yeah, he can hit those buttons sometimes. At least he's got it on now. Let's talk about the other story that has kind of been very interesting here on the show today, and that's this teacher out of Nebraska, Mo. The teacher was 25 when this happened. He's 26 years old now, and he was a teacher at the school, but not a teacher of this person that he's in trouble with. And the girl that he had a relationship with is now 19, was 18 when this happened. He did not message her until she graduated from high school. The day she graduated, he somehow started contacting her and messaging her. And then 2 months later, they turned that into a sexual relationship. But in Nebraska, they have a statute 28-316.01, which prohibits school employees from engaging in sexual activity or contact with students who are enrolled or were enrolled within the previous 90 days. So because of that last part, like, he did not offer this girl alcohol, which would have been illegal. In 13,000 text messages that they looked at, he did not offer to give her drugs or anything else that would be illegal. He was a 25-year-old man with an 18-year-old woman, an adult. They made a decision to get into a relationship together. There's no evidence at all that he was flirting with her or anything else while they were at the same school. She was not in his classroom ever. But because he didn't wait 90 days, he is now facing decades behind bars. He could get over 20 years in prison for this. What can you do? You're an attorney. You're handed this case. Anything you could do, or because the law says 90 days, this guy is screwed?
Isn't there some sort of thing that says like the punishment has to be appropriate for the crime?
Well, I mean, technically, yes. I mean, that is part of our criminal justice system. But then we do have, mandatory minimums and things like that for certain crimes. So, here he may technically be in violation of this law, of this statute. But then on the flip side, like you said, the judge may have discretion in sentencing him. And may take these factors into consideration during sentencing. So, these things do happen every once in a while. I think I forget which state it was, but there was a situation where there was a law that basically said you can't engage in sexual intercourse with a stepchild or former stepchild. And there was a situation where this guy met some girl at the bar. Turned out it was his former stepchild from like a 6-month marriage 30 years ago. Wow. They were both adults, and then the mother figured it out, found out about it, and still hated the ex-husband and went after him, and he got charged with the statute. So, And I think in that case, they were able to convince the judge to give him probation or something like that. But obviously, it can still be a life-altering event. But there's reasons these laws exist. They don't want people grooming stepchildren, or in this case, grooming students,
right? So
that when they get out of school or graduate, that then they kind of swoop in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand why it's there. It's novel. It is not a law that exists in every state, but it is a law that exists in Nebraska. And the sheriff comes out, or the local authorities who arrested this guy come out, and they do a press conference where, sometimes you got to get these vile creatures and these predators off the street, and then they make the mention, Mo, that this all came in from some anonymous tip to investigate this. If you could find out that it was somebody who was after you for revenge, if you could prove the tipster, I know who they are, I'm going to Scooby-Doo them, I'm going to pull, the mask off their head, and there it is, it's my ex who hates me, and she wanted to get revenge. So now she's reported this, and I'm going to be spending decades behind bars for it. Would that change anything in your favor or no?
Not unless there's a way you can discredit the allegation, but here it seems like there was credibility to the allegation.
Oh, he waived his Fifth Amendment rights and admitted to the relationship. He said he estimated the two had sexual contact about 6 times in July of 2025.
Yeah. He probably should have kept his mouth shut.
Damn! So I don't know what he's going to get.
Do you think maybe he didn't know the 90 days thing? I mean, like we said,
that doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. But do you think maybe that would be why he waived his right, because he didn't know that the thing he did was illegal? He probably thought, just like anybody else would, they'd be like, she's 18, she doesn't go to the school anymore, this should not be a crime.
Yeah, I'm sure that is probably what he thought. And they probably were very friendly with him and just said, hey, we got some tip, we just want to see what's going on here. And he's like, oh, no. Don't worry about it. I waited till she graduated, everything's good. And they're like, nope, gotcha.
But so many people were emailing and asking about that particular thing. If he said, I didn't know about this particular law, I wasn't aware of this, maybe it was in a handbook or something, but I didn't see it. The statement that everybody always tosses out there, ignorance of the law is not no excuse. Is that legit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any duty, obviously they have a duty to inform you of your Miranda rights, your rights against self-incrimination, your rights to an attorney. Is there any duty to inform you of the law that you possibly are being questioned about?
Nope, not at all. And I mean, that's why they say, don't speak to law enforcement without an attorney, because you don't know what they're coming after you for. You don't know what the law is. In this case, you're trying to convince them you didn't violate any laws, because you're saying, hey, everything I did was, on the up and up. But in the meantime, you're confessing to actually violating the law because you didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
that happens all the time.
It looks like they've charged him with sexual abuse by a school worker. That's what the 28316 is. And it's a sexual abuse by a school worker in the first degree is a Class 2A felony in Nebraska.
That's so brutal, man. That's like, to imagine he gets 25 years or something. That's so absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and even if he just gets probation, his career is over. I mean,
100%, right? Yeah. And now his name is always associated with this story forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot of your dispatches coming in, so I want to work in a couple of those. Here is Jeffrey talking about this issue.
Hey, News Junkies. Just a question about that teacher. Doesn't the girl have to press charges in order for that him to go to jail? I don't know. Just my thought. Thanks, bud.
Good question. A lot of people ask that. What if she doesn't participate, Mo? She goes, I don't find myself to be a victim in this, so I'm not participating.
Well, they just have to have witnesses or evidence to corroborate the story and prove it at trial. So if they have that, she doesn't actually have to participate if somebody else can participate. But in this case, he confessed. So they have the confession, which is not going to be good for him.
Unbelievable. All right, hold tight. We'll get to more dispatches and emails. You can email the show if you'd like. Tips, TIPS @thenewsjunkie.com, or send a dispatch over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Mo, I heard the mini golf event is going like gangbusters.
Sold out, I think.
Sold out.
Player spots are,
The player spots are totally sold out, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a way for people to get into this. So I do want to talk about that when we come back. Stand by that, Plus, they've issued their prediction now on who's going to win the Super Bowl this weekend. And we'll see what they say. Maybe they're accurate, maybe it's not. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Expect to pump the brakes on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching that I-75 exit. It's stop and go there. There's slowdowns on the Turnpike northbound before US 192. You're going to get caught up in some delays on I-4 between Dr. Phillips and heading through that celebration area. Both directions are starting to slow down. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil.
Hello.
Season in Florida, and swarms have been identified.
Stand by.
In the area. Termites can attack your home or business and cause costly damage. Don't live with the termite problem. Before you see termites this swarm season, Terminex it. Schedule a free inspection at Terminex.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee for a guaranteed cash offer. Visit theNickLeeGroup.com. Powerful doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So the moment Total Wireless offers a free Samsung S25 FB with Galaxy AI when you switch to Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3 months.
Bonus stream today, 5:30 p.m. You have unlocked the bonus stream because of your generosity, and it will be 5:30 p.m. today.
The biggest night of football is almost here. On Kalshi, you can now legally trade game day props like will quarterback win the MVP? Yes is trading at 70%, meaning a $100 trade pays $140 if it hits. Kalshi isn't betting. It's a live market where you trade against other people, buying in or out as prices move. And for a limited time, use code IHEART and get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Stand by. The Milan Olympics opening ceremony is currently underway.
Get ready now, Dora. February 20th through 22nd, the Highland Festival returns. Sometimes
Okay.
people find themselves in tricky legal situations. At Smith & Newell Law Firm, we are the criminal defense attorneys in Florida. DUIs, theft, serious
Right
felony
here.
charges. We handle it all. At Smith & Newell, we believe everyone deserves a fair chance and a strong defense. Call us today, 352-WIN-4U. Your free case evaluation.
Okay. Here's the deal. Winter Olympics opening ceremony going on right now. Performances from Mariah Carey and Andrea Bocelli. Andrea Bocelli. They will be performing, among others, at the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics opening ceremony. Beautiful. We're back in 3 minutes. Happy Friday, Kevin. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, folks? Who is going to win the Super Bowl? Will it be the Patriots? New England Patriots? Will it be the Seattle Seahawks? The Jags? No, probably not. 49ers? Probably not. Seahawks. Seahawks by more than 4.5. F the Patriots. F the Seahawks. Uh-oh. Ryan says I'm going Hawks. Abe, is Bootsy confirmed? No. Bootsy is a woman. Abe is Abraham's dragon friend is a man. A lot of people get that confused on Twitch. Bootsy is a woman. Abraham Dragonfriend is a man. The real winners are the friends we made all along. Action shot. I flashed Sean at the roast and all I got with this command? True. Everybody at Frogger seems to think the Seahawks are a better team and will win, so I'm rooting for the Patriots, says David. Well, good luck. Patriots, says Melville. Are you excited for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show? Yes or no? I'd rather have some Andrea Bocelli or Mariah Carey. Yes? Yeah? Bootsy does a great job of tucking? Yikes. All right, we're coming back. Hold on to your butts. And suck up your nuts.
Everything on the snow. She arrives in the Alps determined to add another chapter to a legacy built on grit. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the new.
On the game, I know Josh is betting everything. He's putting this whole damn fortune on the line.
Putting the house on.
He's betting the house. Who are you betting on for the Super Bowl, Josh?
I have not determined yet who I'm going to bet.
Well, I just so you know, it's got to be between the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots because they're the ones playing.
Last I checked, I think Seahawks are the favorite to win.
Really?
Which also means you make like no money if you bet on them.
Yeah. So I mean, weird for the Patriots to be an underdog, but you know, this is just the football side of things. I like the drama that's around it. One thing I saw is they do this Madden run through where they play Madden and they simulate the game.
Don't they have an octopus do something too?
They've done that before. I think I had Lady one time predict the outcome. I think there's been a lot of things like that over the years. Lady, my dog, of course. But in this
you
case,
just had some random lady predict it for you.
Hey, lady! On the streets. According to Madden 26, the Seattle Seahawks will finally get their moment of Super Bowl redemption and defeat the Patriots 31-17. Madden 26 says that the Seahawks will win 31-17 in their virtual simulation in that showdown. Moses, our friend, our attorney, are you excited about Bad Bunny performing for the Super Bowl halftime show in Espanol?
Very super excited.
He's not.
Super.
He hates Bad Bunny. He doesn't know any Bad Bunny songs. What's your favorite Bad Bunny song, Moses?
The one about the rabbit.
Yeah, I don't. That ain't gonna cut it.
This is Sean talking about Charlie XCX yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know any Bad Bunny songs either, but that's probably the way it's going to stay. This is not something that's on my radar.
There's so many. There's Después de la Playa, Monaco,
Nueva York.
There's one called El Club.
Does he do Bailamos?
Which is Spanish for the Club. He does not do Bailamos.
Although
if he did a cover of Bailamos, that would be pretty dope.
That would be.
Well, you never know. You know what would be so great is if Bad Bunny came out and everybody's going, well, he's going to do this whole thing in Spanish, and people are like, I don't even understand. I don't know any of his music. And he did Kid Rock songs the whole time.
You know what? It's so funny you said that because as you were ramping up that sentence, I thought it would be really hilarious if this whole time he was like, I'm doing my performance in Spanish, and he just did a set list full of English songs that he translated into Spanish. Some Taylor Swift en Espanol, some Rolling Stones en Espanol.
They're like, ladies and gentlemen, Bad Bunny, and he goes, and American Bad. He just and Kid Rock gets wind of this and his other Super Bowl halftime performance. It would just rock.
He's like,
his
"Como
world.
se dice ba with the ba?"
It's going to be interesting no matter what you think. You got Turning Points USA with some alternative halftime show with some country stars or something along with that. And some people, I'm sure, will watch that, but it's not going to be big enough to really pull away. It's more of a streaming thing.
Have we heard anything about where it's going to be, or are people going to be in attendance for this thing?
I haven't heard that. I only know that it is a counter-programming event, and Kid Rock and several country stars will be performing at that other Turning Point USA alternative halftime show.
Virtual streaming only event.
Okay, so it's just it's always weird when you're performing and there's not a crowd to bounce off of it. That's a tough hurdle
We're
to
a
overcome.
little past virtual streaming only events. COVID is done, all right?
Yeah.
It's time to get back to the crowd.
And by the way, they sucked when we were doing them. I hated those with a passion. It was so terrible. You got nobody in the audience. There's no vibe.
There was
There's
one that I
nothing
thought was
going on.
pretty good, though.
Was there? Which one?
There's one that did really well, I thought. The Virtual Mo Comedy Jam.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Featuring the star of Traitors.
Michael Rappaport? Yeah.
Don't get me started on that guy.
Yeah. You got that guy's number still? Let's ring him up
Burned it.
just for the hell of it.
I have his agent.
Okay, I'm going to get into some emails coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. You can always email the show. We'll get to those in a moment. And, of course, dispatches. Mo has a big event coming up, which is exciting. And this is a mini golf-themed event.
Mm-hmm.
It is already sold out for the people who want to participate in this, but people can still go, right? I got this all right so far?
Yep, there's still spectator tickets available at justcallmo.com/golf.
Have you been sued by the Masters yet for Just Call Mo Mini Master?
No, because they're full size and we're miniature.
Ha! Take that, Masters.
All right. I'm having the mini Super Bowl, guys.
There you go.
JustCallMo.com/golf. If you're into sports, this is the most sporty thing you could possibly do.
We're very
Go
sporty.
over there. Get these tickets. What kind of stuff are people going to be able to see if they're not able to participate?
So the event's being catered by Jimmy Hula's. We'll have beer and White Claw out there that's been donated.
Nice.
Opening ceremonies will begin with some bagpipers, and there'll be lots more of fun things. Was I not supposed to say that?
No,
You made a face.
We just haven't revealed it yet, and it's a bagpiper.
Oh, well, but he has multiple bagpipes.
Yeah,
Right?
Trust me, I've seen it live before. He will make it sound like there are multiple bagpipers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's enough noise. I've never seen a bagpiper live before and gone, if there were 3 or 4 more of these guys, that's when you would really be hitting a home run. It's always, it gets the job done, I think.
Am I allowed to talk about the fireworks yet?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Josh is saying I can't say that
We
yet.
can mention the 21 gun salute. Though.
Okay.
We talk about, can we talk
Can't
about
say anything about the strippers, though.
where the proceeds from
That's
this
the
great
after
event
party.
are going? Because this is an amazing charity, actually. And let people know about where the money goes.
It's a local charity called the Fane House, which was started by a former NFL player who I believe grew up in the foster care system. And basically, they run a house for people who have aged out of foster care to kind of help get them on their feet and help them with jobs and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really good local charity that does good work here in our community.
Love it. I think that's fantastic in every way. Mo, there's a lot of action right now to try to do something about the price of all things, concert tickets. And I'll give you a 1-2 punch before we go any further on this. In California, for example, here's one story. A new California bill would cap concert ticket resale prices. This is AB 1720. It's called the California Fans First Act. And it says, for decades, concert tickets were sold at face value to real fans who wanted to see the artists they loved. But today, professional scalpers and bots buy up tickets in seconds and resell them at massive markups. True and bad. the bill would cap ticket markups at no more than 10% of face value. It would apply to concerts, comedy shows, and theatrical productions, but would not apply to sporting events. Interesting how they've left that little loophole in there. Why do you need stuff like this? I'll go to number 2 in the 1-2 punch. Harry Styles fans are currently selling their blood to buy tickets for his tour. His Together tour is playing in 11 different cities. And they said that the tickets are more than $1,000 a piece. Diehard fans, like Florida-based illustration student Daniela Barone, are saying that they are selling blood platelets for $90 a donation to try to get enough money to buy these tickets. There's a lot of people who I think would like something to be done about this. If you're the ticket reseller apps, do you feel like that their days are numbered, or do they have a good case against this stuff, Moses?
I don't know. I mean, I think we'll have to see where that goes. Obviously, there was laws about scalping tickets and things like that. Selling them at an upcharge. Now it is permitted through these sort of third-party sites, but I would make the argument that really maybe a law needs to be passed about the initial sale as well, because that's gotten out of control as well with fees and everything else, which I know they've tried to regulate a few times, but those lobbies are so large and so powerful that nothing's really been done. But some of those same lobbies are involved in the resale business. Ticketmaster does have a resale portion of their site. So I think, it's unlikely that something like this will get very far just because they do have so much money and so many lobbyists and so much power.
Yep, and that's what it all comes down to. Unfortunately, for a lot of people buying tickets. What's the most money you've ever spent on a ticket to something, Moses?
Well, let's just say I've sold 13 gallons of blood for Harry Styles tickets.
Probably.
He almost fell over on the way in there.
How much was it to see Buddy Guy in that snowy, wintry wonderland of Chicago?
I think those were like $48 or something.
You can't see
hell of a deal.
That's it. Like, Buddy Guy would never do it. He would never go $1,000.
Yeah, but he still has to fly to Chicago and get a hotel room, and there's cost in there that's not just the ticket price.
Sure, for folks outside of Chicago, yeah, there's definitely some additional funds that are required. But for everybody else, he's keeping it real. He's got a fair price on things. Although I bet the tickets to Lil Wayne were cheap. That must have been pricey. I didn't pay anything. Well, Moses
I sent you a Venmo request. You never answered.
I'm leaving that one on red.
Silent.
Okay. That suite was very nice, and it seemed quite pricey. I'm not going to ask any more questions about it.
Well, I will say the food is really where they get you with the suite.
Oh, yeah.
The suite's pricey, but the food, I think the food was probably half to 3/4 of the cost of the suite.
No.
Yes, because when you get suites like that, the food menu. I mean, you're welcome to leave the suite and go get food in the venue somewhere else. But if you want food delivered to your suite, it has to be like bulk food. It has to be catering food.
Right. And it's not bulk prices.
No. So
do they tell you what the price per chicken tender is? Because those are some good chicken tenders.
We had a suite for opening night of Orlando City Soccer once.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking through the menu because I wanted to get some White Claws, and it was like, you have to get a 6-pack of White Claws. And I went, all right. I mean, I can handle that.
But did it have a price tag next to it?
Yeah.
How much was 6?
It was the equivalent of buying 6 White Claws at the bar outside. I just had them deliver it and drank 6 White Claws.
That's not that bad.
They were tall boys.
I would think like
$60.
they had a lot of stuff in that suite for Lil Wayne that Mo bought, and it was good. Thank you for that. I will go to anything with a suite, by the way, moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You're a man of the people.
Okay,
yeah,
we have tickets for you, suite tickets, all inclusive.
Yeah,
Bad Bunny.
What? To Bad Bunny? I'm going. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to see. I would see literally anything on the stage. I would go if you had a club suite to like even a Disney on Ice thing. I might consider it. I might give it a second thought.
A suite for the next Kamala Harris rally.
I mean, it ain't going anywhere, but I would. I guess. I'd go check it out. Sure.
The thing is, Josh, what we're not factoring in is that at some point, if Sean doesn't care about who's on stage. He just hangs out in the suite and gets wasted.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I'm racking up a bill of chicken tenders for Moses, and his eyes are just rolling with
I really like Mumford & Sons, and I barely remember that concert.
We went to see Garth Brooks also.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And we had a suite for that one, too.
Now,
There
wasn't that the concert where every seat was $99? Because I don't think they did that for the suites.
I don't know.
No.
Garth Brooks must have been more expensive than Lil Wayne.
It was, because I bought tickets before I got the suite offer.
Really?
And they were like $300.
But I thought that was the tour where it was like face value. Every ticket in the house is $99. If you have front row seats or if you have the very last seat in the venue, $99. Or something like that.
I don't
thought that was the
remember.
gimmick. All right. Well.
No, Moses has no idea. Moses
You went to that show, didn't you?
Yeah, he was in the front.
Yeah, you were down the front because you had the wheelchair thing at the time.
Yes, I did. He cheated.
I remember that. Yeah, good times.
And after the show, Ashley unceremoniously dumped me out of that wheelchair onto the street.
At least she didn't just unceremoniously dump you, because that would have been a different end to this whole
Would have
thing.
been a dick move.
All right, we want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch on the way out. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
That was the show where I got one of my favorite Instagram reels of Ashley crying, you're waving at her face, crying while Trisha Yearwood was out and they were singing, and I was just like posting it like watching Garth Brooks like you just accepted a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Final dispatches. Excuse me. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. The whole damn week done. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you guys ever heard of tonsil stones? Also called tonsiloliths. Jack, I'm getting this right.
Are you?
I am. Tonsiloliths. Oh, God. I think it's tonsiloliths. God.
You are the gift that keeps on giving.
Is it tonsiloliths?
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
It was a successful beginning for the U.S. women's hockey team. They got off to a winning start at the Milan Olympics. Joy Dunn lit the lamp in an opening 5-1 win over Czechia.
Obviously, there's things to clean up, and we know that, and we're going to do that, but I think building up the good things and learning from the mistakes.
The Winter Olympics opening ceremony is today. The Parade of Nations is set for 4 locations and will close with the lighting of the cauldrons.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, after the chilly start, we'll be expecting temperatures to stay below average as we head into this afternoon, even with the help of mostly sunny skies. We'll see a high today in Orlando of 63 degrees, which is...
That's it, everybody. That's a wrap. Breaking news. Breaking news. The Dow has just hit 50,000 for the first time ever. The Dow recovering big, hit 50,000, 50,000. Big gains, baby. Big gains. Up 1,076 points. The Dow is up 1,076. Nice. All right, couple of things. Bonus stream. Bonus stream unlocked 5:30 today. Be there. Uncensored. We'll have some fun. We'll mix it up. Also, now's the time to rate the show. This is when you have your set. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a winner. I put it in the wheelbarrow. I bring it over to the News Junkie Hall of Fame. No notes. It was a great show. 1 out of 10, I put it in the dunks corner. Over here. Nobody likes it. Nobody talks about it. 8.4 today I learned drama clues out of 10. I'll give you a 9 because no Olive Garden story. Well, kind of. 10 out of 10 Olive Garden breadsticks. 8.5 fried heads. 9 out of 10 LARPing sports fans. 3 stock market retiring plans. 10 missing moms out of 10. 9 out of 10 ransom notes. 8.8 World War I butt plugs out of 10. 1 out of 10. 8 out of 10 bottomless dives. 5 out of 10 recycled stories. 10 out of 10. With that, I've got to go get Today I Learned. I'll be back. Stand by.
Get hold of my friends over at Red Mountain Weight Loss. RedMountainWeightLoss.com. They'll help you get rid of that sluggish feeling. And if you call them now for a limited time, you're going to be able to get your testosterone levels set right, and they'll help you with GLP-1 weight loss medication. That's a $299 value when you give them a call.
10 snakes with golden eyes and long tails. Super duper long tails. 10 cc's of penile injections out of 10. 8.87 out of 10.
Feel a lot better when you get your testosterone right. RedMountainWeightLoss.com.
And now, it's time to crown our winner. Our chatter of the week. Our chatter of the week right now, nominees. You have 30 seconds. 30 seconds for your nominees for chatter of the week. 30 seconds. Starting now. I nominate myself. Okay. Keeping an eye. I'm keeping an eye. Bootsy. All right. SSJ. Sun State John. Me. No one from Twitch. Somebody. Eddie. All of Twitch. Either no one or all. 15 seconds for your nominee. R. Willie. Our winner. Chatter of the week. A growing name in the chat world. They told him he couldn't do it. They told him he shouldn't do it. They said this man should be arrested, let out the teacher who was banging the 18-year-old, and put him behind bars. And then I said no. He's good. He adds a lot. And Myatt is our chatter of the week. Myatt. Our generous chatter of the week, Sun State John, with a massive dono of Secret Show subscriptions. Thank you so much. You're the best of the best, and I appreciate you. Myatt, you did it. We're coming back. Stay gold.
There's nothing like it.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by Racing's North Ponce Inlet.
Ponce Inlet.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to
Make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Going to be an exciting weekend. Lots of stuff going on out there. So enjoy yourself and be safe. We are back to wrap it up with the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And of course, today I learned to just put a bow on it for a Friday and the whole damn week. Moses, thank you for being you. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. Wasson.
I couldn't be more excited for your mini golf event.
You'll be there?
I will be there, in fact.
All right.
I will. When is it again? When is it?
February 28th from 3
I
to
got
5
plenty of
p.m.
time. I will be there. I will make an appearance at the mini golf event, and I'll be out there for a short period of time.
In the suite.
Yeah.
There's no suite at this one, I'm not guessing. But it's the whole place is fun. So there will be plenty to keep my attention for sure. And you can go
get your last-minute spectator passes over at justcallmo.com/golf, I think.
Is this one of the mini golf places that you can feed gators?
Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
It's Congo River, baby.
Yeah, it's the best, man. I like that place.
Yeah.
All right.
Hosted by Ross Padgett, I should say.
Oh, yeah. He's great, too. Look at him. All right, Ross Padgett will be out there. You're going to have Moses DeWitt out there. You're going to have
Sean Wassam.
C-Lane might be out there. Who knows?
I would like
Tom
to.
Van's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Drew Bravo's joining us.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. All right. You got a stacked lineup out at the mini golf event. Go get your tickets so you can hang out. The justcallmo.com/golf. All right. I think that is going to have to do it for us today. We've done enough. Next week, I honestly believe we'll get some kind of finality to this Nancy Guthrie missing person, ransom demands, all the craziness that is that story. One way or another,
20 minutes after the show. 20 minutes after the show.
I think it's going to be. The next deadline is Monday. So, I mean, we will follow it. We'll see what happens next week on the show. Right now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, February 6th, 2026. Moses, good luck on this one.
Here we go.
Today I learned this guy.
Rick Astley.
That's right, Rick Astley.
Olive Garden guy.
He was once thought to be black, and when he performed on stage, people thought he was just some white dude lip syncing for the other person. They were angry at him at some of his early concerts. But no, I mean, I don't really hear that in this song so much, but some people, I guess, did. It's just a classic. And
People
he
thought
seems
that
like
about
a nice
me,
guy.
and I don't know why.
They did, and they still do. And they think that about Moses DeWitt sometimes, every once in a while.
It's true.
Today I learned studies have shown that secondhand marijuana smoke is enough to make children test positive for THC, even when the smoker isn't in the same room as them. Unbelievable. A study done years ago suggested that children just in the same house as you potheads are going to be testing positive for THC.
But it's cool if it's like a soda, right? Like if I
finally,
do we
this
need to get
band
Jackson
right
tested?
here. REO Speedwagon. That's right. REO Speedwagon is correct. Today, an REO was a company that produced a little truck called the Speedwagon. Not to be confused with the Pussy Wagon, which is the inspiration from the band of the same name. And now you know. Hey, have a great weekend, everybody. Go teams.
Yeah.
Go football.
Yeah.
See you later, Moses. We'll see you next one. He's the best. All right, we'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. Missing the show, get the podcast at thenewsjugget.com. We'll see you next time, everybody.